Dumb Zone through the years has been a beacon of light to the DFW Metroplex, taking you to such destinations as Above Dan's Garage, the Alamo Draft House, Deuce Robinson's family farm, Paris, and several rich people's homes. There's always plenty of Kemp spins. Yeah, on the Dumb Zone podcast. Some of the biggest stars, entertainers, and political figures like Drop Beth, Ted Emmerich, Haralabob Valgaris, Julie Dobbs, Sarah Heppola, Quincy Carter's voicemail, and former city council member Philip Kingston have appeared on the Dumb Zone podcast. Now, without further ado, we proudly present the Dumb Zone podcast, a no puppet production coming to you live via tape from the heart of DFW.
Much more in the years.
Do you read me?
Much more in the years. There it is.
You just leave this to the men, Julie. The men folk. Turn up, Julie. Don't turn on, Julie. We don't need that again. All right.
Can't
we have
hear
no Julie, but we... I'm Dan McDowell.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Blake Jones.
Open.
Business.
You beat him.
I love when Blake beats me. We are live streaming today, everybody.
Hello. Hello.
On YouTube.
Are we on Quibi?
That died.
Oh. I thought they got a Series A round of funding.
Happy Monday, on the Eiffel Tower, Julie.
Absolutely
just
not.
I don't even have a
Absolutely
mic on
not.
to stand
you know
up
what?
for
we
myself.
don't have HR. Sure, why
You
not?
can't Eiffel Tower me till I'm part of the show.
Golly.
Oh, okay. So there's a
there is a date.
There's
we
a
can't.
target
date time. Yeah. Okay.
I take it back. Whatever I just said, I didn't
Incentive
mean it.
to hire.
In honor of the
I
Olympics.
take it all back.
You know.
That's right.
And Celine Dion
I've been on the Eiffel
singing
Tower.
on the Eiffel Tower.
I don't know if any of you guys have been up there, but I have.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
recently.
In 2024.
Yeah, you took a real off the beaten path world traveler vacation to the Eiffel Tower.
That's right.
What a unique experience.
Yeah, I hung out in Paris, prepped everything for the Olympics, and then got out of there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Was that you doing all the
Did you
manual
poop?
labor?
Did you poop in the river?
I pooped in the river. Hoped it would hit Macron at the
No.
correct time.
The mayor.
The mayor ended up swimming,
Yeah.
but when I pooped in the river, I did it because Macron said he was going to swim. And then he didn't.
Famously married his high school teacher. She's like 20 years older than him.
Oh, wow.
Bridget.
Now, here in the States, that'll get you sent to the pokey. But over there, they're like, president.
Yeah. It's the most French thing ever.
Yeah.
Nailing your chemistry teacher.
Jeez.
We're at Zoli's in Addison.
That's right. Zoli's in Addison is hosting a live. Is this our first ever
Live at a...
paid?
Yeah. Yeah.
We did a live stream at the golf course or wherever you're at.
Julie's Country Club.
Yeah.
The Dallas Athletic Club.
Yeah. But that was.
We fit here a lot more.
Yeah,
They have a sign that says Zoli gives you that hawk tua. This is much more our speed than there were people there with sweaters tied around their necks, Julie being one of them.
Yeah, I was so preppy that day.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
No, this is a great spot for a remote. I love it.
This is Jay Jerrier is the owner of Zoli's. And he is also the owner of the first ever Dumb Zone live to tape business remote
Correct, the one at the Star.
at Cane Rosso.
Zoli's featured on the world-famous One Bite, Everyone Knows the Rules by Barstool's Dave Portnoy and received a 7.9, which is pretty high.
So Jay owns Cane Rosso and Zoli's.
Yeah.
And what else? Something else, right?
Thunderbird? No. Thunderbird.
Thunderbird?
Yeah.
Detroit.
So he's like,
style.
it's like when Pepsi, they also own like Dr. Pepper. So they own their competitor.
I don't think that's right, but
No?
No, I don't think so.
Coke owns Dr. Pepper? Pepsi owns Mr. Pibb?
I think Dr. Pepper's on its own. Like,
Oh.
They don't need anybody
entirely.
else.
Wow. Okay. Well,
But I know what you're saying, though.
My point is, yes, many big companies will own their competitor, and you're like, how's that? And Jay's like, well, that way he gets all the.
Yeah, right now. The whole pie.
Smart. It's kind of like you guys and no puppet. Just own everything, right?
Yeah, we own nothing.
And then you can just slowly take over the world.
All right,
No puppet and
Before we get
Ponderosa.
into the weekend and everything, a couple things I want to set the scene on. First of all, it's very funny to me that these two gentlemen who came to see us here want to watch us do the show, so they have to sit on the same side of the table next
Oh,
to
that's
each
right.
other. Like a couple on a
so
date.
cute.
You love the couple in the
Yeah,
booth.
if they had the tables turned, they could each sit and glance to their left.
But no, they have
Yeah.
to sit there together and maybe baby bird each other throughout the afternoon.
Yeah.
What do you think of couple on the same side of booth?
Hate it.
Does anyone ever look happy?
No, because you got to look to your left. You have to have your chin on your shoulder the whole night.
You could get a little something going under the booth, though, under the table.
You could do that with your
If
feet
if
you're
you got
sitting
like a
across from each
tablecloth.
other.
That's true. Or if you're long enough.
The other thing I wanted to point out was our good friends who were at the studio a couple of weeks ago brought us some shoes, and I thought, boy, the first time I should wear these will be when we're on a live stream. Certainly Dan won't wear his Lucas today as well.
Oh,
And
my
then I
God.
look
y'all
at
are
this son of a
matching.
bitch.
Oh, my gosh. And
That's
you
right.
two are making fun of the guys on the same side of the table, and you showed up in
He's got
matching
the same,
pennies.
the same shoes on.
So how do you like that?
Okay. Now he's standing on
Is it okay to wear black socks with these shoes?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. There's black on them.
Okay, good.
But I'm really thrown off by
Yes.
the fact that you're wearing these light earth-toned shorts.
Yeah.
Shorts, shoes, new me, dude. New
What's
month.
going on?
Is it a new month yet?
No.
Not yet.
Is the MBR today?
It's
Not quite
maybe
yet.
Friday.
What's
The
with these
old year
shorts?
For another day or
What
two.
is
Maybe
with
not
these
ever
shorts?
Again.
Are you beaten by the MBR?
No. I just think some people are beaten by replays at this point.
Oh, who's
Well,
reading the comments?
Guess what?
I've always read
You
the
can
comments.
hit fast forward. That's how this works now.
Yeah, I'm
Not today.
Okay, that's
We're
true.
live. Actually,
from now on,
most people will hit fast forward. Most people listen live to tape.
from now on, we have to
Don't
talk
fall.
if we're going to wear the Lucas. These are special. I felt good putting them on, and then I see you walk in here.
Every day of my life is when I'm going to wear these things.
Well,
I'm
then
now
I'm going
lazy guy.
to throw mine away. Sorry. Okay.
Well, you didn't care that you wore your black shirt, and you knew I always wear a black shirt.
I like that about us.
Okay. It
Like
is
the black
cute.
shirts. And Jake was in blue the other day, and you made fun of the blue. I think y'all just make fun of each other no matter what.
What?
No matter
way.
what. Nothing will ever be cool between you two.
It's the way we like it.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, on today's program, we do have sports because we have a Cowboys training camp is heating up, guys. Oh, my.
1 week from today, we will be doing the show from an RV, Dan.
What do you think of this to promote? It's called the DZRV because it rhymes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was
letters.
really hoping for more. Like, hey,
I like it. I like
God,
it.
yes, you're kidding me. How did that? That was right in front of all of us, and we never. And then no, I just get a maybe. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. What do you want to do, like a hashtag or something? Or what's your
great
angle here?
idea.
No, I love it.
See, that's building upon a great idea.
Smash
to
a
make it
couple
even
of
better.
breaves together and make one big breeve.
No,
Yeah. That's
we're
what you
not-
got
We're not
there.
abbreviating a breeve.
You're abbreviating a breeve,
No.
It is weird that the word abbreviate is so long.
right? That's why you call it a breeve.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Come on,
Yes,
man.
we'll be on an RV 1 week from today. In fact, 1 week from yesterday morning at 8 a.m., I'll be getting on an RV.
That's
Here's the thing. Rob and Matt,
and all of us.
It's not the itinerary I saw.
they're just so horny for like, let's leave at 4 in the morning.
No.
Let's leave it like, yeah, I got to get to. Well, it's such a long trip. Why not just?
Because we want to be in Amarillo for lunch in case there is anyone who wants to join us, and we know there's
great!
at least
For
one.
two guys, I got to get up that early. No,
Here's how this happened, folks. Dan wanted 8.
I will
Dan
fly
wanted 8.
Southwest ahead to Albuquerque and meet you there.
I will blow that plane up. How about that,
Ooh,
YouTube?
you can't say that on YouTube.
Can you not?
Probably not.
Rather you didn't.
Maybe beep
Call the
that
whole
for
thing
the recorded version later.
I will hope you don't get on the plane.
There you go.
Throw some bananas at it.
No, Dan wanted 8 because that's, of course, what you do when you're taking a cross-country trip is you leave at 8. No one does that.
We're going to get
Rob
to
wanted-
Albuquerque by 6.
Rob wanted 6. We decided on 7.
Dude, Rob wanted 5:30.
Okay.
Matt wanted 5:30.
That's what you do.
That's what you guys do.
Okay, well, this is not your kids at Christmas. We're opening the presents when we want. We met you in the middle, 7 a.m., not a minute later.
I don't want to meet in the middle. I want to meet where I want to meet. Like it's oh, well, hey, what if I...
So you don't want to go early? Who's early morning guy?
All of us.
I'm
Nobody
early
wants
morning
to go
guy, but
early.
not
Yeah,
that
we all
early
want
morning
to.
guy. I'm an old man. I need to ramp up.
This is a long trip. You must go
Just
early.
go to bed an hour
You can do
earlier.
it.
I don't
can't
think
believe
I need
we're already-
to hear from you right now, Julie.
We're already
Well,
doing this.
This is important. It's important for the DZRV to show up
See, she's using your
on
thing.
time.
Okay.
We got to give him a little breadcrumb. You got
Okay.
a great idea, buddy. Let's go at 7.
That's
Yeah.
all I need.
All right.
There you go.
So, yes, we do have a Cowboys to get to today. I think we're going to try and get to our long-awaited Hard Knocks audio. Blake has some bits, correct?
Yeah.
Ooh.
If we have time.
I have some Olympics. I got some tit.
Oh, that's
What?
right. I have Olympics, too.
Bits and
Bits
tit
and tits.
over here.
That's
now, you
right.
just say that on YouTube, but I can't make
You
a
just said it.
joke.
That's what
So
it's.
I said it.
That's when Dan and Julie hang out. That's their show.
Bits and tits.
Let's do a show. I call it that.
There's no rules here. You can do that, right? People would click on it to see what it's all about, if nothing else. Helps your numbers.
That's right.
It's a true podcaster.
And they're like, oh, all right. They probably stick around for Julie if they thought that might end up being what
Yeah.
if it could unveil. But
2 hours in, they'd be real sad. Like, still nothing? Just a tease.
anyway, but we should start off with a weekend check. Weekend check brought to you by Frankel and Frankel.
How about that?
You guys like that?
I do.
Like my choice?
That's
do.
awesome.
Frankel and Frankel. Julie, what can you tell us about Frankel and Frankel?
Frankel and Frankel
While I,
are the
pull up
only
the copy.
people that you need to know if you get in a bad situation where you need help, and you need help immediately.
You know,
Like-
right? Here in
like,
Dallas. They're based in Dallas.
So you're saying I'm bad situation, you need help immediately, like I'm out of water or like I'm stranded on an
No,
island?
you
Or
know-
what?
They might answer if you call and you are out of water.
They're
they might
personal
help.
injury
On,
attorneys,
on the
okay?
way over here, I saw a car accident. And
Wow.
the first thing I thought is, man, I hope she calls Frankel and Frankel.
How would they do that?
You know what you should do is put the Frankel number. What is it?
214 or 817
And then just start-
333-3333.
Just start banging the
No.
threes until you get on the phone.
Print that on a piece of cheese and then flip it on their window. So you have a whole stack of Kraft cheese
Yeah, that's a
in your
marketing
car,
idea.
and you could use that. Have you seen the TikTok
Why don't we
bit?
get back to the spot first real quick, bud?
No.
Yes.
The TikTok bit where people are throwing cheese on their kid.
I have.
Yeah.
I'm an innovator.
I would love you guys to do that.
Do you?
Okay.
You want to be cheesed?
I'll try it. I'll try it tonight and send you the video. But anyways, they're based in Dallas. And like
Oh, yeah,
Blake said,
Frankel and Frankel.
You see a car accident, call them immediately at 214-817, and then all threes, family-owned. You'll talk to a partner when you call. Getting a car accident's scary. They'll talk you through it. They're the attorneys you deserve.
That's right. Anyway, all right, weekend check.
I got a brief thing that actually happened late last week, but I forgot to tell you guys about it.
Okay.
So I'm going to pretend that it happened over the weekend. Recently got my oil changed.
Very exciting.
Oh, look at this guy. Let
Yeah.
me see that contract.
Oh, yeah, and I waited. I didn't even get to like 10,000 miles before I did it either. So I got my oil
It's
changed at a
supposed to be
place.
3.
Nah, it's 5. Talk to a car person; they'll tell you 5. The oil change
the
place
people
puts
that
the
wanna take
sticker
you for all you're
at
worth?
3. But so the place I go to, you don't have to get out of your car, which is pretty sweet. It's like a drive-in thing. You got to wait for the car in front of you, but they don't even have like a lobby. Like it's all in the bay.
Yeah.
So I pull
Like
up.
they stand in a hole in the ground.
Basically.
Yeah.
So the first person, so the oil change thing is always interesting because it's usually a guy who's a man, and he's a mechanic, and he's sweaty, and he looks like he could probably have my wife, and he knows I don't know anything about cars, and I'm intimidated, and I'm like, I don't know what that's even supposed to look like, but the one you're holding looks bad, I'll pay for it.
Like they'll bring out a
Oh, this thing, whew.
look at the air filter.
Now I'm like, I don't know.
So
And
you're
then
like
you'll
me.
tell your neighbor who is like a man,
Yeah.
And it'll be like, no, dude, all you got to do is knock that air filter. It'll look clean.
Yeah.
But you don't know that.
Yeah.
You're like, man, yeah, you're right.
So interesting turn of events this time. I go to the don't get out of your car oil change place, and the first person that I deal with, if you looked up the word butch in the dictionary, this is what you would see. She had a like a buzz cut.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
She was built like a fire hydrant. And she was the mechanic that I was going to deal with. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I got a likely very manly woman, lesbian mechanic. So she starts working on it, and then I realize when I pop the hood, which I had trouble with.
Where is it?
So then the woman that starts working on at the hood, the original lady was a white lady. This lady was a black lady. She was also I'm not as good at spotting other races of lesbians. She was definitely also a lesbian.
Wait. So you're really good at spotting white
I just have more
lesbians.
I just have more experience
but
with it.
when it's a non-white lesbian, you're just not sure.
Trust me, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So she's working on it, and then I look over at the bay next to me, and a very similar situation is taking place to a guy in a Lexus SUV, white butch lesbian, and a black lady who was I would say of the same persuasion. And it occurred to me there are no men at this auto shop, and then boss comes in, the manager, the head honcho. She's just like a different version of the mechanic wearing a white shirt instead of the gray one that they. So I was telling TC about this, and he was like, dude, if that's the lady in charge, this might be like the Aggies or the Mormons where they just hire from within, and she built this entire shop. There's no men.
That's great.
It is great, and I actually felt kind of cool about the fact that I knew she was the one ripping me off rather than some guy, named James who could kick my ass.
Yeah.
Not to say she couldn't kick my ass.
Ladies can do anything. They could even rip you off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all laughing at me as I'm in my little car, like, texting, got my little vape.
I don't think
great.
so.
And
You
they're
think
out
they
there
were ripping you off though?
They're all ripping you off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
The
feel like a
100%
bunch of ladies would be honest.
What?
We're just more honest than y'all.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. But
We
she
are.
definitely upsold me, and I was proud to do it. I was proud to get taken
by a
by
woman.
a lady that kind of looked like Bill Parcells.
That's great. Next time you bring your daughter there.
See, honey, you can ref the non-playoff NBA games, and you can change oil.
You could be a mechanic.
Yeah, it was embarrassing, but also very fun. It was
I
cool.
wonder how they all found each other.
Oh, they know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they all
That's a tight-knit
knew how to
community.
do the same thing and found each other and started this business.
I guess so.
It's kind of
You know,
brilliant.
Did I tell you when I was in college, I took women's studies?
Yes, you have.
And in that class, they would have speakers sometimes come in. And one time a woman came in.
You got to set
she
the.
was
What year are we talking?
91.
Okay.
And they had a lady come in. She was my age. She was our age, so she was a college student. And they had her speak to us because she was a lesbian.
that
was her whole.
That was the defining feature.
Yeah, if she was on TV, underneath her face, it would have said lesbian.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, that's
That was her title.
the
And then
wild thing that she
She's
brought
just
to the
like, look,
table.
I'm not the only one on campus.
You're like,
There's-
what?
She's like, she described gaydar without saying gaydar. Maybe that hadn't become a term yet, but she just said, but I'll notice others, and as we're walking by, I'll lock eyes, and she'll, give it a little knowing nod. I nod, and like we all, and I'm like,
Wow.
whoa, yeah.
It's like the Jeep wave. You
Yeah,
know,
with a Harley.
It's like the Jeep thing, but for lesbians.
Right.
I like it.
For ladies who don't like wieners. Mm-hmm. Although maybe all ladies don't really like wieners, but they put up with it for the.
I've seen documentaries to the contrary.
Oh, okay.
Documentaries, or are you watching something where they're being paid to like wieners?
Julie.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, that's my weekend. That kind of
You're gonna
happened
big
on the
time
weekend.
me when I mention it, but y'all talk about it all the time.
Is that your weekend check?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I didn't do much else.
You didn't
Kid
go to
stuff.
a show?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I did go to a comedy show on Saturday night. Nick Mullen, and I saw him last year.
Southern Miss quarterback.
And no, not the 49er quarterback. And I was kind of worried that it was going to be the same set because I saw him late last year, and it was entirely new, and it was great.
What's his name?
Nick Mullen. He used to
Okay.
host a podcast called Come Town.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. And I forced myself to go to the Late Show, and yeah.
Boy, the Late Show. Yeah.
I know. It was tough.
What's the late? What time?
9:30, and it was over at 11. So I was home by close to midnight.
Yeah.
Not too bad. I was in downtown Fort Worth, but yeah, the
How
guys I
much-
was with were like, "Let's go, just go out." And I'm like, "Dude, I am no chance. I'm barely awake right now."
Getting old is hard.
Yeah,
It is.
it was cool though.
How much did you laugh? Like,
you-
what percentage of
do
the
you like
jokes
hang-
did you laugh
The
at?
whole time.
Really? 100%?
Pretty much. The opener, the host was good. The feature was good. And Nick, he's like one of the funniest people in my world.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like
25 of his 50 minutes were on 9/11.
Oh,
So you know that place.
yeah, you like that.
Isn't it weird to hang out with a bunch of guys who want to party, but you don't? Because
Yeah.
I run into that all the time these days. Like, they want to go out and
Who are you hanging out with?
just
Party
even when
guys.
I go out or meet Jake or whatever, it's usually like, oh, these guys want to, drink and everything after, and I don't. Or if we go to training camp, you guys are want to, let's go pound a few beers, and I'll be like,
Dan,
Then you're just there, and you're the guy not drinking, and then everybody else is kind of, you can see as the drinking increases, everybody becomes to them more fun, and to you just more. I want to just get out of here. Yeah.
so do you ever want to party? That's a serious question.
I have recently taken to in the stream world when we do the Cowboy games.
Okay.
He had a couple White Claws.
I
couple
think
White
I'm
Claws, eh?
increasing things.
Don't.
All right. 'Cause I think
No,
it'd be
it's
fun
hard
go
to
out and
start
party
drinking,
with you,
Jake,
but
and
we've
I've-
never done that.
I'm trying to-
It's interesting.
Yeah, that sounds like a real problem.
I'm trying to ramp up and drink a little more each day. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
he
Keep
had-
working on it.
He had a great time
did.
until the next morning.
Right. Like we were on the stream, and I was like, man, I can't believe I haven't drank in a while. This is great. And yes, the next day I realized this is why I don't do that drinking.
You had a 2 White Claw hangover.
It's unbelievable.
Julie's shaming
I'm
you.
sorry.
Julie is shaming
That's
me.
why you have to keep
Because
drinking.
Julie drinks all the time.
You got to outdrink her
This
now.
is what alcoholics do. They just make fun
Yeah,
of you
they-
so that you'll join them and get down to the gutter like they are.
Oh, I'm not an alcoholic.
Hey, no, of
No,
course you're
no.
not. I could drink. I quit anytime.
I just like giving you crap because it is interesting. I've never really sat around and had a few with you.
All right, well,
And
let's
I've
do
done
it this
that
year.
with most people I've worked with.
Maybe we should do
Okay.
it today.
Why not? There's a bar.
There is a bar here at Zoli's Pizza in Addison,
That's right.
where they want to give you that Haktua. So, my weekend. Of course, you remember that my wife was out of town, but then she came back to town. So that's a yay boo. Now, this week, we do look forward to Wednesday. She works at a school, and school starts Wednesday.
Oh, all
And this
right.
morning-
All right.
Back to work.
This morning, as I'm navigating my way around her in the kitchen, because I'm trying to get my my frozen blueberries out of the freezer to
By the way,
put them in my oatmeal.
Do you think Dan's chill about that, or as he's passing, is he like,
Again, I don't want to meet in the middle on things. I just want to
We
do
know.
the way thing I want to do. And now she's
my
in
God,
my
look
way.
at that pizza.
She's in
And
your
I
way.
was very
Standing
excited
in her
that-
own home.
I just remembered she'll be going to work on Wednesday because she told me last night, and I said, "Oh, that's terrible." I can say things that I don't totally mean. But anyway, so now she was back in town, so I had to carry her suitcase up the stairs.
What a man.
And, it was whatever. My point is, so I go to a trainer once a week. And so he'll put me through some exercises and stuff. And I was thinking when we used to exercise and work out, it was because I want to get better at baseball. And I'm going to do things to increase my forearm strength. I'm going to, or if you're, whatever your sport is, I'm going to try, I need more burst, so I'm going to practice this or whatever. Now, last time I was at the trainer, he had me do something he called the suitcase carry. Have you ever done this?
Yes.
It's like one big giant weight, and you're walking along just carrying that up and down,
maybe
to whatever.
Maybe a kettlebell.
Yeah, and then you do it again with the left arm, and it's like you're trying. It keeps your,
Engaged.
It keeps your right side. If you're carrying it on the left, it's maybe it's for the obliques. I don't know.
Yes.
But anyway, this is what I train for now. And I was walking up the stairs with her heavy suitcase. I was thinking, I'm built for this now.
Yeah.
I've been to the gym 3 times this week. I trained just for this moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I was out of breath a little bit. I would now get out of breath to where my Apple Watch will do the thing. It looks like you're working out, and I'm washing dishes or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, no.
Yeah. That's always tough. Mine will ask you, what strain were you doing? And I was just I was just holding a kid.
Yeah.
It's kind of
I
sad.
don't see that on the list.
Yeah, so instead of training to be better at sports these days, I now train to barely get by in everyday life. Anybody should be able to carry a suitcase up the stairs.
It's functional fitness.
But now I can actually do it. So if you have any suitcases, bring them on out here, and I'll
load up the RV
demonstrate.
for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Load up the RV for us. It's $650.
You can be luggage man.
That's right.
You can be luggage man.
I will be able to load up the RV. I got a complaint about my local bagel shop.
Uh-oh.
He's going to go in, folks.
And I'll say it. It's the Einstein Bagels in it's either Grapevine or South Lake right
We
there.
would welcome their business, however, if they were
That particular
interested.
location, though, this has happened to me enough times that I'm ready to say it. I'll go there. Because the Colleyville location, well, here's my thing. We got there at 10 minutes till noon. Me and my daughter will go get a bagel on the weekend. I like the Nova Lox,
Okay.
the salmon.
Yeah. You and your salmon.
And 10 minutes till noon. They close at 2. They're out of plain bagels.
Wow.
And I said, "Are you got any more in the oven? Okay, wait a little." The baker left at 11.
Oh, no.
I'm like, oh, okay. And I wanted to say, well, that's not a YP. And then I thought, yes,
Yes,
it
it
is.
is. Yeah, it's very much a
Or
YP.
not an MP.
Yeah.
It's a YP. But no, it is an MP because now they're just telling. And now I'm just talking to she doesn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
She's in high school.
Yeah.
But now I'm starting to feel like my inner Karen is starting to emerge.
Yeah.
And my daughter gave me just get the
Yeah.
poppy seed, get the whatever. And I'm like,
Yeah.
but
I would think noon might be when he could be done. And then they have enough to take you into the 1 o'clock hour. But yeah, I mean, that's how it is. It's how it is at meat places.
what do you mean?
Yeah, I mean
When
barbecue places, most places when they run out, it's done.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I
but
mean they
that's
make it overnight.
the really
they're smoking a brisket and
really fancy, famous ones that can do that.
They're pretty much
They get
all
really
of them.
popular, and they know people will come form a line, and then when they're done, they're done.
But I didn't realize that.
The
Yeah,
bagel place, who's
But you gotta
supposed to be there for
bake
bagels.
the bagel though.
Do what?
You gotta bake the bagel though. That takes time. Maybe the baker had a family emergency. You asshole.
Okay.
Well, no, that location I've been to many times where this has
Einstein's
happened.
apologist over here.
The Colleyville one, you could walk in at 2 minutes until 2,
Yeah.
and they've always got a plain bagel for
Well,
you.
yeah, it's like you have one job: serve
a struggle.
bagels, have
Yeah.
bagels,
What a struggle.
give people bagels.
Yeah, you can't go to McDonald's and they don't
I'm
have a
with
Big
you.
Mac.
Right. You're gonna try and ride that out for 3 hours with no plain bagels? I'm on Team Dan on this one.
You can't tune into
But,
Bits and
hey,
Tits and then
I'm a
not see
Karen.
any
I'm a Karen.
juggage.
Right.
And
I
then
bet
two,
you are. I bet you are a Karen.
I'm really not. Every once in a while, though.
my
I'll go
wife's kind of
on
a
you.
Karen, and I like it. You need a Karen.
Certain
Sometimes
things.
you need to have your Karen with you. I don't want to be the Karen.
No.
I want someone else, though, to start yelling for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to have that friend. I don't know. I'm usually very kind and understanding and appreciative, but if it's something that I feel like I can really get behind, I'll go full Karen. Like something that I feel like they're really wrong and I'm really right. I'm not afraid.
2 things I've noticed this weekend that, one, you have talked about before, but now I'm really noticing it. The one that you've not talked about is, have you guys seen the return of the baby on board sign?
Yeah.
Do you know what the baby on board sign is?
Yeah, it means you're not supposed to crash your car into them because they have a kid.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that was a big thing when I was growing up, the baby on board.
Yeah, I believe Homer Simpson's barbershop
Yeah,
quartet once.
yeah.
Baby
So it's back,
on
you're saying?
board,
Yeah, I saw like 2 of them.
how
Really?
I adore.
And
Yeah,
I just
see.
thought it's just a little blast from the past. Everything is cyclical, right?
It's so
We'll be
funny.
wearing
It's so
bell
funny
bottoms.
too, because it's like, is the point like, oh, I was actually going to wreck into your car and make you call the Frankels, but there's a baby in the car, so I'm gonna take it easy here.
Yeah, or I'm not going to carjack that car.
Yeah, right. Because I don't want the extra cargo. Yeah, that makes sense. But it's kind of like the people that put the, like, drive like your kid lives here sign out there, and it's like, well, I was thinking about going really fast, but yeah, my kid lived there. It always made me laugh if I've said this before, but if like Casey Anthony saw one of those signs,
Is that the lady who drowned her kids?
Oh, dear.
and she just like hits the gas.
Yeah, I wanted them gone.
Dan,
So-
did you drive differently when your kids were in the car?
I do, but I
Yeah.
drive like
You did?
a baby anyways.
I mean, once they started getting old enough to notice, I didn't because like I'm worried about their safety.
Yeah.
But once they would know that I'm
Driving
hey,
like-
you shouldn't drive like a maniac, or you shouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, the first few months I drove a little slower with Brooks in the car, but now I don't. And whenever I'm hauling ass, I'll look back and see him like, I probably shouldn't be doing this.
A little reminder.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it doesn't
He's
stop.
holding on for dear life.
he's
It is weird, though, when they start correcting you and they know more about driving
He-
and directions than you do.
he knows when I blow through a yellow light now.
He does?
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing?
I don't want to stop.
It's a yellow light.
It's a yellow light with a child's life on the line.
Oh, my gosh. What
He's got
happened
to
to
get
this
here
guy?
to help set up. I'm on board with it. The one thing that you have mentioned before, though, that I don't think is going to help, if indeed we still have a child obesity epidemic, do we?
I think we have a general obesity epidemic. Yeah,
The electric bike.
dude.
Like, it's not a moped. It's not a motor. It's just a bike. It looks like a mountain bike,
yeah, but you don't pedal.
but they're
it.
not pedaling.
Yeah,
Nope.
they're
And
very
I got
popular
kids
in your
now,
neighborhood.
like 12-year-olds in our neighborhood are driving around on them.
At like 30 miles an hour.
Like, wait, what's going on here?
Yeah,
They bypass the whole learning to ride a bike thing. And they
like-
bypass the
they just
exercise.
kind of have to know how to balance it, but
Yep.
yeah, you're not even getting any exercise.
I'm dealing with it right now with my 9-year-old because
He wants one?
he doesn't want to learn how to ride a bike because he's seen that there's an easier way on the electric scooter or the
We're so
electric
sc-
bike.
We're so screwed.
Yeah.
It's
We
so
are.
hot. I don't want to go out there, Mom.
Yeah, and I don't know. Those kids are intimidating to me back in your neighborhood. There's not a lot of kids where I normally live, but back by you, there's a lot of kids.
Yeah, and they're all worth more than you.
Oh, they scare the hell out of me too. Like they look cool. They all have the same haircut. There's like a gang of like 13-year-olds back there with electric bikes,
Yep.
and they have cool clothes, shiny neon clothes. They're zooming around. They're not wearing helmets, which bothers me. A lot of times they have the helmet on the like tied to the handles because
Yeah.
their mom made them leave with it. But then they're like, "Whatever, mom."
Do you ever stop and say anything to them? Put
No,
on your helmet.
I get out
kid.
of the way. I just don't want any smoke with the 13-year-old affluent child on an e-bike.
Oh, gosh.
No, sir. No, sir.
Weekend check?
So, I'm developing a theme here because I've let you guys in that I'll read a rom-com book on you. I've put Brooks in gymnastics.
You went to the.
I went to a Lindsey Sterling concert by myself.
Yep.
Do you know
Which
who that is?
Yes, and I heard this, and I fully support you.
Thank you.
I knew who
don't-
she was.
I don't think I needed
Oh,
that.
no way. You support him?
I
do.
probably wish you would have said it. Didn't
I
know
support
who that
Blake
was.
in this. And she's hot, right?
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Like you didn't. What is wrong with you?
What are you, misogynistic?
What happened to him?
No, Dan's right. You're being misogynistic.
Yeah, it's wrong, Julie. We don't
Okay.
objectify
He's already frowned
women.
upon me for mentioning porn, saying that a girl is hot, and going through a yellow light. Since we started this show.
Try to take it easy. Take it easy.
And Dan's calling you an alcoholic. Yeah.
Sorry, Blake.
So.
What'd you do now? Strap on.
I took Brooks to a play.
What play?
Big Fish.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the one that Beth was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, she invited us to it, and when I looked it up, it's the Wiley Acting Group, so like right next door to me. and it said Wiley Acting Group for Children. So I thought maybe this is like a kid's thing because it says children. Mm-hmm. But they meant like teenagers.
Oh, okay.
So I walk in, I was expecting like, I don't know, is there a playground or is there a huge screen to look at? And no, it was just like a dark theater.
That's usually what a play is.
Yeah. Yeah. So now I've got a tired 2-year-old who now I have to keep quiet for 2 hours.
Yeah, it's a bad situation.
I would have pulled the chute the second I walked in there.
I know,
like,
but
look, we're going to figure something else out.
I bought the tickets, and I'd been telling Brooks, hey, we're going to go see this movie. I think you're going to like it. So we kind of stuck it out. Stuck it out through the first intermission.
You bailed in?
Yeah, because he was starting to wander.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the actors, actresses were kids at Wiley High School. It was incredible. It was really, really cool. I'd never seen
Why
Big
is it
Fish.
incredible? It's theater. It's a common thing.
Well, I know,
like-
but I don't know. It's because they put a thing on it where it's like, hey, this is just children. But it's actually like really, really well done. Really, really good.
Yeah, it's theater.
Kids are talented these
common
days.
thing.
Kids are talented.
They can't ride bikes, but they can act?
The first half of Big Fish is really good.
Okay.
I'm pretty excited to see the
I
second
feel
half.
like they made it into a movie.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
It's like
thinking.
real trippy.
Yeah.
Is it?
I thought. I don't know. I've never seen it.
But yeah, I need to watch it. So yeah, I took Brooks to a play. My sister has been out of town all weekend, and I wanted to drive her electric vehicle, so I drove a Tesla around all weekend.
Cybertruck?
No,
Nice.
just a normal Tesla.
How was it?
I'm really interested in the EVs. Thinking about getting one, but I kind of hated.
Tesla guy.
I kind of hated the way that I felt people were looking at me in a Tesla.
We
Yeah.
should get one, put our logo on it, and it'll be the DZEV.
Good God, this guy's on fire.
No?
This guy has been in the marketing lab all weekend. Just on fire.
But just driving around town, parking, the doors open like this and not like this.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I felt weird.
I've seen Teslas that actually have like an anti-Elon sticker on the back. Like, no, dude, I'm cool.
Care about the environment.
I'm cool. It has nothing to do with him.
Jeez.
Because there are some people that are like in the cult. You know, they buy it because of him.
Right.
I will never not laugh when I see one of those Cybertrucks, though. I saw one on the
it's-
way here today, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
Someone took a picture of one in a Jack in the Box drive-through.
That is America right there. That is America.
I told you they got one painted like a Browns helmet in Cleveland, I saw.
A Cybertruck?
Yeah.
Okay. I need
So
to find it.
We're going to find that.
Yeah, what would it take, Blake, for us to give you a Dumb Zone car wrap? Maybe like a QR code on it or something.
Yeah.
All of our
We
faces.
should look into this.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Halo tournament this weekend, the third major of the season. Optic came in second again. The fourth tournament in a row, Optic Gaming has come in second place.
Losing a step?
You know, they're consistent, playing
Oh.
really well. Lucid hit the craziest overkill I've ever seen
I don't want to hear it.
on live fire.
I just don't want to hear it.
Killed one elbow, then got a one-shot guy in dummies, came back, bottom
Are you
tower,
bringing
got
your
him,
Are you bringing your
and then hit
your
a no-scope
Nintendo
at top tower.
Are you bringing your Nintendo on the RV?
I'm bringing my Xbox and playing NCAA.
Where?
Yes. I don't know. Do I need to bring a screen or a monitor? No, wait. There's a TV
There's a
on there.
TV on the RV.
Yeah.
It's the DZ TV, the DZRV TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that one didn't hit. So are you gonna hook it up at the Airbnb?
Yes.
I'm with you.
I have a week and a half away from my wife and
we're not gonna
kid.
bond?
Doing what? You just said you don't drink.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Let's just hang out. Let's go surf. Let's go to the beach.
Y'all are going to have to set some screen time limits on Blake.
Do I have to set a timer like with my daughter?
Yes.
You got 3 minutes. When the
No,
timer
it's the
goes
third
off,
quarter. It's the third
hon,
quarter. Come on.
Wrap up your game, bud.
Come on. It's 2-minute warning.
This is
Wrap up
family
your game.
vacation. This is not what we're here for, Blake.
And then the last thing for you, I made something for our social medias that I wanted to play on the show.
Okay.
Because I was really, really proud of it. And thanks to Dan, I now understand the reference.
Oh,
Do you remember in Office Space when they destroyed the printer?
Yes,
'Cause it was-
everyone does.
Well, I didn't until like 4 months ago because I'd never seen it. Office Space is a really good movie, by the way.
Well, it's got the The Blake sign of seal of approval.
And so a DZer recommended that we should set the us destroying a microwave to the theme, like just recreate the scene. And for those that haven't seen it, let's watch just a little bit of the printer scene from Office Space. And so they'd had the printer kept jamming, and they just hated it.
PC load letter.
Yes. And so then they
PC load letter? What's PC load letter mean?
And so then it's just like 2 minutes of it beating the crap out of this printer.
Everyone's wanted to do it.
Well, y'all kind of just did this with the microwave, right?
Yeah, and so someone recommended we do that. So then we did. All right, so let's play the other one. Play the microwave one.
Okay, when I saw this, I didn't realize it was the exact same music.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good it was.
Because Jake took. By the way,
This is so painful to watch for so many reasons.
Jake is chainsawing our microwave, which was on fire at the same time.
So stupid.
I had weights that I was throwing at it.
And so I made it slow-mo, just like Office Space.
That's pretty badass.
I was just super proud of this video.
Yeah, you should be.
And Jake broke our chainsaw, which I had to.
You didn't tell her, did you?
Well, I didn't think she'd actually want to use it this weekend. And she's like, "What did you?" Why? She comes up to me and she goes, "Why did you break our chainsaw?"
Ouch.
I go, the word should be how. Like, not like what. Like, I didn't say I am out to break the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Jake did it.
At least you had a really good reason.
Then that's what I said. I said Jake did it.
Oh, you do everything Jake does.
And then
Remember the guy that left you a present in their toilet? Didn't double
That
flush?
did not happen.
It was that guy. That guy did it.
That did not happen. That is
yes, that
made
did
up.
once happen.
Hey, by the way, we have merch here. If anybody wants to buy merch, we have
Oh, yeah?
merch
What do we
back
have?
Here. I don't know, shirts and stuff.
Okay, great
yeah.
salesman.
Yeah, you're selling.
T-shirt,
What do you
hat,
got there?
Just a little note.
tumbler.
Tumblers.
Yep.
I use my DZ tumbler every day. Solid cup.
Heck yeah.
So we have a lot of people out here. It's Zoli's and Addison.
A lot of guys having to sit on
And
the
I
same
don't have
side
my
of the table
glasses
as
on,
each
but
other.
is that Frank Cowley?
It is the great.
Yeah.
Right down there?
It is
Let's
the
all
great.
hear it for one of
Yeah.
the Dream Team lawyers
Yes.
for the Dumb Zone.
He's very
Personally,
uncomfortable
personally, my favorite.
And is that Austin sitting with his mom at a two-top, just on the same
You can't
side
give
of the
the
table?
finger in
Just
front of your
flipped us
mom.
off. The man who named our old radio show, or we named it after him, sort of.
Right. He invented the hang
purveyor
zone.
of, yeah.
We stole, with his permission, the hang zone. And then we
And
had
someone
to get,
took it from us.
Then we had to get rid of the hang zone.
I think y'all should make a Dumb Zone Ring of Honor,
Well, he'd be in it.
and he could be in it.
So would Frank, though.
Yeah.
Nina Pham, Jenna Ryan, Harala Bob.
William
Yeah.
Pace.
Yeah, William Pace.
Oh, William
for
Pace, a
sure.
new edition, for sure.
No
Yeah.
rhyme or reason to it, just when somebody decides that you should have a new
Doug Townsend.
candidate.
Oh, Doug, let's catch up. We're going to pick games with Doug, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way,
Ring of
speaking of
Honor.
that microwave, so I don't know who did this at first, like saw that video and took a screenshot, but like that picture of the three of us looking into the microwave is awesome. It's
Yeah.
an album cover.
Yes.
Possibly a shirt.
Needs to be a shirt.
Yeah. We'll move units.
Were y'all scared when you did that?
No, but a lot of people were yelling at me that when I was getting really close to it, I wasn't wearing goggles.
Oh,
Like men who work, you know?
right.
They were like, you don't need to be putting your like that. We didn't know. Like I kind of thought the door was gonna like explode at one point.
Yeah.
From just the heat on the glass.
I did hear in retrospect, so we put a spoon in there to kill the microwave because metal. Well, they said, I heard I should have put a fork because of the long, thin metal. It would have sparked all over the place.
Oh.
So
Next time,
if you have a microwave and you would like to bring it out to Zoli's and Addison, we will do it right here. In fact, I'll bet Zoli's has.
No,
You don't have a microwave
ask
here.
Zoli's
You
if
actually have
can
like a
explode their
big giant
microwave.
pizza oven.
why would? Yeah, they don't have a microwave.
Would you chainsaw their pizza oven?
No, I would never do that.
Okay.
These are too important, too valuable.
All right. Well,
Are you charging? Is yours working?
Oh, yeah, I like that.
You know what? It's not.
All right, maybe
No,
we'll
it got
try.
flipped.
It got flipped? All right.
Yeah, we're looking at our
There we go.
doing a little stuff here on the fly. Julie,
Yeah, I know.
what do you
Cool.
got?
What do I got about
What'd you
what?
bring to the table?
Yeah, come on. Do content.
Well, I'm still trying to hear you guys.
What?
Yeah.
We'll fix that
That's
during
cool.
the break.
Okay, whatever.
Fighting
Oh.
through it.
Okay.
What do you want to do first, Dan?
I want to tell you that sports is brought to you by Prosper Ford in Prosper, Texas. State of the art. It's awesome. ProsperFord.com. Chaz Gilmore is my guy. He has owned Grapevine Ford for many years. In fact, we just bought a Nissan from Crest Nissan because he owns that as well. So that's weird for me to say while I'm promoting Prosper Ford.
Yeah,
but
I thought that was an odd left turn. But
what I want to say is that Prosper Ford is just like his other stores in the fact that, like, customer service beyond the sale, all that kind of stuff. But it's the first dealership he was able to build from the ground up. So he had the gold shovel, he had the hard hat, he broke ground.
Big scissors.
Yeah, and so if you would like to go to Prosper Ford, great trade-in value for your current vehicle. They'll give you an accurate value today. Head up to prosperford.com, just up the tollway. Prosperford.com. You're going to get a great deal. Mention to Chaz that you heard about him on your one of your top 10 podcasts. I hope we're one of your top 10 podcasts. But Prosper Ford and prosperford.com.
They have electric cars for Blake.
They do. They got the Mach-E. Yeah, it looks badass.
And if you buy that, what is it called, the Mach-E?
Yeah.
If you buy that, we will give you a free Dumb Zone sticker. You put it on the car, and it'll be your DZ Mach-E.
Wow. He can't stop.
He is cooking with gas today.
Only available at Prosper Ford. Prosperford.com.
I love it.
Although I'll bet they're available at Grapevine Ford too. But I shouldn't say
also
that during
a weird left turn
during the Prosper Ford.
Good grief.
Read.
You are out of practice, my man.
I am, man. What sports do you want to get into first?
I could do Cowboys first if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so most of this is just going to be a little bit of Dak stuff, but Jerry was on Ducey last night, or Ducey and Sam Gannon's show, Free for All. So they sat down with him. I'm only going to play you the end. It was about 8 minutes long. It obviously started out, I got a buzz even if I'm not plugged in, Blake.
Yeah.
But we're just going to have to fight through it.
Yep.
Or someone else can play it. It's in the Dropbox. It, of course, starts out awkwardly like it used to, and it probably still does with Jane Slater, because Jerry's just horny, you know? So they led into the interview, and, of course, he does the old man like.
I can do. Which one do you want?
Just the will he retire.
0, 1, 2.
Those are Dak. So it's the one that says Jerry, Fox 4 Ducey.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, will he retire?
Jesus.
So it, of course, starts out with him being like, Sam, it's very nice to see you. And, of course, Mike's here, too. Like, he can't just not be horny for 5 minutes. Like, he used to do it to Jane. Like, when Jane and Elf had a show, he'd always be like, oh, Jane, it's good to see you, and I guess you brought Elf with you.
Right.
This old man, creepy all the time. But I thought this was a really good question by Ducey at the end, and this is how the interview ended. And I think it's something we all think about.
Let me wrap with this. It occurs to me that you're almost the exact same age as President Biden. I think you're a month older. He's made a decision about his future to step away. Does it ever cross your mind at all to say, you know what, I don't have to deal with a lot of this stuff. I've got more money than I could ever spend. I just want to enjoy life in a different way.
Not in the least. Not in the least. I'd be sitting someplace, if I didn't get to be sitting here with the two of you, I'd be sitting someplace away from this camp. I'd be so sick. I'd be so wistful. I'd be so much wanting to be in the game, and I'd be so much wanting these problems I'm dealing with, and have you raking me over the coals. I'd want that so bad. You know, that other stuff, that just sitting on your butt, that gets old quick. Gets old real quick. Matter of fact, when you get shot at a lot and you have to work a lot, when you do get a chance to sit on your butt, it feels better. It really is a respite from that time. But to do it all the time, no thank you. No, not at all. And I'll be very candid with you. I'm more excited, I'm more fired up than I can ever remember being when I first bought the Cowboys. And I want to go, and I want to be a part of a winner.
He's never going anywhere.
No.
He'll die in his office at the start.
Yeah. We knew this, though, right?
Yeah, it's just funny to frame it in the Biden way. Like for
sure.
Ducey to just bring up, I mean, hey, this guy just decided, we kind of saw that he's not really all there anymore. And Jerry certainly seems much more with it than Biden did.
Yeah.
But, it's an interesting way to frame it.
Doesn't want to sit on his butt.
Which, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure we all think about it a lot. Like, if you could just retire, like if you had the means to live very well and just retire, like what would you do? Because I can tell you what my dad does. Never stops doing shit.
Yep.
Constantly. Every time I call him, he's got some fire he's putting out, or he just never relaxes because he did it for 38 years, and now he's just like, what am I supposed to do?
You come up with projects.
All the time.
And maybe if he owned a UPS, he'd still be day-to-day. Maybe it's a different thing if you're just –
maybe.
You're doing your own thing or working for the man, and you're just trying to get out from under the oppressive thumb of the man.
But anyways, I thought that was an interesting way to frame that question. Yeah, so I have a few Dak cuts for you here. I just put another one in there too that's labeled 3, but you can so this is from last week. We weren't on. So, of course, he's going to be asked about the contract and blah, 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 blah. But I also want you to pick up on a new Dak crutch phrase and buzzword, which you'll hear pretty quickly.
You want the one you just put in?
No, 0 first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Gosh.
Honestly, I don't. I'm focused on now.
He was asking me if he had anything to say about his contract.
It's always been my message. I think I've always told y'all that. I'm about being present where my feet are. And honestly, that was kind of the team message. And that's what's great is from Chad Bolden to Mike McCarthy to everybody. That's kind of just been our message. And so that's right aligned with my views, what I want to do.
Okay.
Where my feet are, is that what his
Yeah, he says that a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that.
I know. It's like a therapy term for being present and being in the moment, but
Be where your feet are.
He's clearly worked this into his daily lexicon. So they're cut 1, Dan.
Focusing on those little things, you can embrace your time, you can embrace where your feet are, and before you know it, you're just day after day getting better.
Now this is a question.
Like how could he embrace that? He's making $40 million. He's about to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Like, that's for that you would embrace this. It's
right.
What a limb you've gone out on. Sorry, you were about to promote this question.
Yeah, he's getting close to the fire here.
You say to the fans that are still disappointed about how last season ended for you guys.
One more time.
What do you say to the fans who are still disappointed in your team after what happened to you in the postseason last year?
Be fans or don't be fans. If you're a fan, you're gonna turn the page just as we do. You're gonna move forward, understanding that you've got better ahead of you. I just talked about being present and being in the now, and that's in your beliefs. That's whoever you're believing in. That's how you see your family, your friends, your favorite team. So that goes to life, is to move on. Sorry, obviously, but it hurt us more than it did them, and obviously it's on us to get back and to do better, but move on.
Wow.
Not a good answer.
Not a great answer at all. I mean,
not what fans want to hear.
He's right, but anytime you get into it's worse for us than it is for you, and the move on. I mean, he's right. If you're a fan, be a fan. That's part of the deal. It's fanatic, but that's a bad answer.
No, you have to say, they have every right to be. We haven't lived up to your expectations. There are expectations too. I will not rest until we do.
Just say it.
Yeah. And for Dak, who usually says the right thing, he's a very boring guy.
Yeah.
He's not funny, despite the fact that everybody laughed at what he first said. It's odd that he didn't say that. I mean, when Romo said,
worst thing
if this is the worst thing, he's right. But you can't say that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you can.
You have to play the game if you're the quarterback of the Cowboys.
Just want you want. They're all in the game, and everybody wants to believe that you care more than I don't know.
Well, here's the thing, and you can skip to the third cut for this one that I put in there. What I'm telling you is, Dak is super over all this.
Yeah, it sounds like
we're getting to a point with him now where he's just like, I don't owe anybody being like this answer, that answer. He's tired of it. And that's why the question of if he does go to market, does he even want to come back here, I think is a real one. I think there's a 90% chance that he's here. Maybe they get something done during camp. Maybe they get something done right after the offseason next season. But he at least talks about not being here in this one.
Dak, we talked a lot about the business aspect of things, and I'm curious, even when you say your feet are here where they are, if you've thought about what this league means and whether or not you're here as a Cowboy next year, you will be well taken care of with the way the business works in the NFL.
For sure.
And if that is the case, and if you've thought about it, have you found any freedom, any liberation in that, trying to find the best you can be?
Yeah, I'm free. Yeah. To your point, that is the freedom in it, and that's why you have to focus where your feet are. And as I said, it's a two-way street that they have once, I have once. I think I've deserved that, understanding that this is a business. And obviously I want to be here. Talking about growing up, this is where I've become a man. So, but at the end of the day, it's a business. And, when I'm going to say it. I want to be here, but when you look up, all the great quarterbacks I watched played for other teams. So my point in saying that is that's not something to fear. That may be a reality for me one day, may not be my decision. So that's the freedom that I have is be where your feet are, make the most of it. Be confident in yourself, make your team better. I told you. I love my teammates. I love that locker room. I love everything about being out here in Oxnard and being a Dallas Cowboy. So that's what allows me to be free and focused and understand that when time comes, who knows what comes. As I said, I've been through a lot of adversity personally, that it's about, being thankful for where you are, hugging and loving on your loved ones and taking it one day at a time and handling the rest when it approaches.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's some in the media negotiating for you.
For sure. I mean, yeah. Look at all the greats. Look at Joe Montana. Look at Tom Brady. Look at Peyton Manning. Look at Brett Favre. Doesn't always end like a fairy tale. Now, it does with the Cowboys if you're Don Meredith or Roger Staubach or Romo. But, yeah, I thought that was, you see what I'm saying now? Like, he's kind of tired of it. And he's like, look, I'm going to be fine. Y'all can figure this out. If you want to go draft a quarterback, go. I'll go get $65 million a year in – fill in the blank.
Yeah. He doesn't have time for it anymore.
By the way, have you guys seen the projected Brock Purdy contract?
No. Already?
Well,
if indeed.
Yeah. I think the speculation, 70? Yeah.
Really?
It's at 70. Yeah, 70 a season.
Sports is so great.
I mean, Jordan Love just got 60, right?
But I think we've talked about this before, like when I think it was Nolan Ryan who broke the 1 million barrier, and by 2 years later, someone broke the 3 million. You don't go up 1 million. Now it's 1.12 million. Now I got to get 2.
Yeah.
And it's okay, 50, we're going 60.
Yeah, I mean, it's just increasing by the same percentage. It's just that the numbers are so big that the same increase means 52 to 60 and then 60 to 68. So, yeah, it's very interesting to see the evolution of Dak. You knew it was going to happen. Romo eventually was not like the guy who would come to Summer Bash and was like, hey, this is just fun. I'm the Cowboys quarterback. Eventually he was just like, F y'all.
I mean,
Stop making my life suck.
It's kind of like anybody in their career, right? Like you start and you're just happy to be there and you take the money and you do your work and then you start getting fed up with this or that or this or that and you start being honest and then usually you leave that place.
Well, I don't have any idea what you're talking about there at all.
But he's no different than all of us.
That's true. He just has a football field in his backyard.
Yeah, and he's getting paid a whole lot of money to go out there and do his job. And Jerry wants him to say all the right things, and now he's not doing it. So
I would get a
kinda
football
interesting.
field in my backyard if I had the means. And like a jugs machine,
yeah.
that'd be tight.
You go football field?
Over basketball? Yeah, I would.
Wouldn't it be cool to have a little mini baseball field, Blake? And then
like the Dr. Pepper ballpark days?
Yeah.
That was.
And you put a jugs machine on the mound, and you just go up, you just take batting practice,
Yeah.
hitting into the cornfield.
Sure.
Whatever. Now we've made it field
A
dreams.
little mini baseball
I have one
field.
Dak thing only, and this is only, we expected to hear this from Zeke. I haven't really heard from Zeke yet, but Dak was on the NFL Network.
Just to now be out here in year 9 and to feel the best I've ever felt is a blessing and nothing that I take lightly. So just trying to capitalize each and every day on that and continue to get better. I get into camp and I feel lighter, I feel faster, and I'm throwing the ball better than I ever have. And then obviously mentally, that's a big part in saying I feel the best I ever have is just smart, sharp, ready to attack defenses.
The old, I'm in the best shape of my life.
Yeah, throwing the ball better, lighter, quicker.
Micah might even have said that too, which we're not thinking Micah's in bad shape, but he wasn't at like the off season.
Yeah, he skipped everything. That's why he had to say that though.
The OTAs, yeah.
Kind of weird.
A lot of drama.
It's like an insecure person thing to say to me a little bit. Like, you don't need to say that. Just show us. Just show us that you're throwing the ball better than you ever had in your life. Don't tell me that.
That's also why they post so much on Instagram, their workouts.
Yeah.
Like, it befuddles me. You know who should post on Instagram their workouts? Somebody who was, like, really fat and lost, like, 100 pounds and committed to health and exercise. Like,
they're proud
that's
of what
really,
they did.
Yeah.
Not LeBron.
Yeah, like Tyreek Hill, I watch you score touchdowns. That's super impressive. I don't need to see that you
Haven't
pulled a
you done
sled.
enough to
weird.
prove yourself?
It's weird to me. That's all I got on Cowboys.
Okay, let's do a little of this. Did you guys see the Olympics?
Yeah.
I'm watching it right now.
Literally now?
At Zoli's and Addison.
We're watching some gymnastics over here.
Oh, okay.
The girl likes watching the gymnastics. That was fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, I can't say I care about that too much.
She was like, man, she's really good. And I was like, you idiot, she's the best in the world. This is the Olympics, you moron.
They don't get it, though, Jake. I had the same thing. My daughter's watching Simone Biles, and she's like, oh, I can't wait to do that someday. And I'm like, well, let me tell you something. I don't think you'll be able to do that. Let's start with the cartwheel. It's hard to say that to a kid, though.
Yeah, you just let him go for now.
Yeah, you do.
Celebrities at the Olympics. Tom Cruise.
Yeah, he's looking old.
Really?
Yeah.
He's got a fake butt.
Fake face, too.
My
from the
mom
looks of
loves
it.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Is that surprising?
No.
She wanted to tell me that she's really looking forward to Mission Impossible, whatever the next one is.
I don't know.
talked to her this weekend. And then she said she really liked the last one, but she was upset that they put out a video that showed Tom Cruise doing his own stunts before she saw the movie.
Oh.
Because she said that took a little away from her.
Mm-hmm.
And she really hopes they don't do that this time. And I said, well, you just don't have to watch when they do. Like, if that's, promoted. I don't know what she's watching where she got to see that, because she doesn't seem to be on social media or anything.
Maybe Good Morning America or something, because they'll cull from, like, TikTok now. Or Instagram, and they'll say, they'll put that on those morning shows, the hidden shows.
John Legend. Shaun White. That shouldn't count. If you're an Olympian yourself, that shouldn't count as a celebrity sighting. Right?
Yeah, no, I mean, LeBron's not on there.
Yeah, but he's not.
Oh, no, a former Olympian even. I don't
Former
think
Olympian, but
still.
He's now more in the celebrity group because of his girlfriend, Nina Dobrev or
Sam?
Dobrev. Yeah.
What's her bit?
She's just a famous actress, and she's really
so famous
pretty.
that nobody here has heard of her.
Well, that doesn't say much. Y'all haven't heard of a lot of people.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga.
Who's she in?
Ariana Grande.
She's quite famous.
Lady Gaga in the new Joker.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I'm worried. It looks like a musical. Looks
Joker
like there's
was-
a whole lot of singing.
Man, Joker is one of my top 5 all-time movies.
It's so good, but
and now they're going to do that.
Now they're going to turn it into an opera with Lady Gaga.
Charlize Theron.
Perfect.
Elizabeth Banks. Queen Latifah and Snoop is all over everything.
Everywhere.
Of course. Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
It's super weird.
Like,
I mean, he
why?
was charged with murder once upon a time.
It's because he's going to be on, like, The Voice or something. Like, one of the NBC shows.
Yeah, they've used him before.
That's what all of this is.
Yeah, it's NBC. Remember, they've used him before. Him and Kevin Hart a couple years ago, like, did Olympic commentary. I think they've used him on horse racing, too.
Yeah.
Yep. It's the cross-promotion thing. And have you noticed all of the commercials for Wicked and Ariana Grande
Oh, that's
is
why?
there? It's because that's a NBC. It's like a Universal movie or whatever. Yeah.
It's all connected, Dan.
That's why
That
they're
is
doing
weird.
all this, and we're all falling for it.
I would never do anything
It is
like that. You know, you should download the Mom Game if you get a chance.
Please do.
The Snoop thing is amazing, though. I mean, the cringe term glow up, like they've completely turned him into someone that, like, white suburban moms are like, Snoop, he's so funny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I grew up listening to this guy rap about killing people.
His jokes have been very corny on the Olympic coverage, to your point. And
Yeah.
I am a white suburban mom, and he's made me laugh.
All the Martha Stewart fans are now
Yeah, that's
Snoop fans.
Probably part of it.
That helped. That helped.
So you're asking yourself, why does LeBron wear number 6?
I wasn't.
I never have thought about it once. Nope.
And so some people have talked to him about this. He said he's called number 6 a number of mine. He will reference that his oldest son, Bronny, was born October 6th.
Oh, no, not
And
numerology.
His second son, Bryce, was born on June 14th, which is
6.
the 6th month of the year.
This is Stretch Armstrong would be unable to complete this.
He also said that Julius Erving was one of his favorite players growing up.
Oh, how unique.
Irving wore not only number 32, but number 6 during his career in the ABA and the NBA.
Okay.
3 times 2?
Yeah.
6?
Yep.
But so LeBron has said those things, but the actual reason is probably that before 2018, players were only permitted to wear numbers 4 through 15 in FIBA competitions. So LeBron could not wear his 23. But the rules have changed. Team USA still, though, only uses number 4 through 15 for their 12-man roster or 12-woman roster, which Caitlin Clark not on the team, right?
No.
Right.
So see how nobody's giving a flying F about the –
Yeah.
Wasn't that just idiotic?
Well,
they should have put her and Angel Reese on, even if they aren't theoretically two of the top 12 players on the planet.
do we have any, like, hot sports opinion production music while this guy goes off on this, Blake?
Come on, man. Don't you think?
He's
Don't you
getting a
think
little
somebody
heated.
would care about that? You'd probably watch that more than the men.
Yeah, I haven't heard anyone. I mean, the women are, like, historically good, right, at the Olympics, the U.S. women.
Yeah.
I think so,
So
yeah.
that's why nobody kind of
But
cares.
still, you don't hear people talking about it too much. But I agree. If Caitlin Clark was there, you would be hearing a lot more about it. All I heard about was Kevin Durant.
Anyway, I think we have a bunch of medals now, and we're winning.
Yeah.
We're on top, so
Killing
that's
it.
good, right?
Do you have more?
The only more I was going to lead into what I do know you wanted to talk about is the opening ceremony.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, people got real mad about it. Big mad, Blake, because they did. It was super French. They're weird as hell. We already talked about it.
Super French.
Their president married his teacher, who's like 20 years older, and nobody thinks anything of it. But they're always weird. You know, they're like these art shows, basically. Remember the one in Beijing where I was pretty certain in that moment that China was about to take over the world because they had like 1,000 people choreographing like banging on drum.
2008, right?
2008.
For 2008.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying there were 2008 drummers.
Oh, there were 2008? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, for the year.
It was terrifying.
Yes.
That's a lot of drummers.
This one made me think we're probably okay if French wants to smoke.
Well, yeah.
I'm not real worried about these dainty fellas.
Well, I don't know if this
over
water's
here.
safe to get in.
Yeah. So they had a part of it was they did a little art piece with some actors and actresses in drag. and many people thought that they were mimicking the Last Supper.
Yes, that was a big deal Saturday morning on the Soch.
Yeah.
They said they were depicting a painting of the Feast of the Gods, depicting Dionysus, which is like the god of wine, I believe.
Julie, is that right?
Holla.
And then I guess everybody chilled out.
Get to know Dionysus a little better.
I love the Olympics for the stuff that people get mad about. I love it, you know?
People were really mad.
Yeah. And then the French, whoever put it on, were like, no, it's not. The
I
Last Supper.
denounce this.
We're making fun of, we're actually depicting a pagan god. And they're like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's like, shouldn't you
Like
be bothered by
like
that too?
Greek mythology.
Yeah.
And, well, that's silly. Those are silly gods that don't exist.
Yeah.
Our God exists.
It was really weird, though. It was really weird.
It's all really weird.
Yeah. Did you see the guy who had his balls hanging out?
No, I did not. But that man almost
I saw a still
choked on
shot
a
of that,
piece of
yeah.
pizza.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
Well, if you Google it, one of the guys in costume, it was poking out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we got it up there now?
And so there's
Yeah,
like
you got
a
little-
debate.
little
Yeah.
ball, yeah.
There's like a debate of how you can go on like this and not know it. Did he know it? Did he not know it?
But it's body paint, so it's okay.
Interesting.
That's not the sack one.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a different sack hanging out one.
Oh.
Yeah, and there's another
It's
too.
not the
There were
painted up
multiple
guy.
guys
Oh,
with
okay. I thought I
Yeah.
could see a little something
their
down
stuff
there.
hanging out.
I did see the surfer. You work your whole life to get to the Olympics, and then you get crushed by a wave so hard that it takes your pants off, and the only photo of you is
Oh, really?
you ass up in the ocean, like face down. It's like, dude, come on. This is how I'm going to go
see
out.
that.
No, but I just had a couple of other quick notes that saw this morning. Do you guys remember Chase Budinger?
Kind of.
He played for the Timberwolves. He played for the Rockets. He was a big-time recruit in high school. He was actually the co-MVP of the McDonald's All-American game. Once, famously on a Mavs broadcast, when the Mavs were playing the Timberwolves, Skin remarked that Chase Budinger looks like he dabbles in magic. Because he does. Like, I mean, you can see the guy, you know, he's a goofy, curly-haired
What a great description of somebody.
white guy.
Not full-on magician.
No, just dabbles.
Just dabbles.
He was taken to the second round in 2009. Like I said, he was a big-time recruit. Number 2 player in the country in 2006. Had like a 7-8 year career, kind of flamed out. Was mostly a bench player. He's on the Olympic men's beach volleyball team.
Okay.
Like, I saw him dapping up Kevin Durant yesterday, and I was like, is that Chase Budinger? What? Did they add somebody to the team? And then you
That's
keep reading,
weird.
it's like, because I recognize the guy, and it's like, yeah, he's 36, and decided, now I play beach volleyball, and he's in the Olympics.
Are there some people mad at that, like when a golfer gets an exemption, but they've taken the spot of somebody who's worked their whole life to be a golfer?
Yeah, it's probably somewhat similar, but in this case, like, he's actually good enough to be on the team.
Well,
You
yeah,
know what I
he's
mean?
tall as hell.
Yeah, he's 6'8", something like that.
And then doesn't that diminish that sport overall if just some guy can walk in and be like, hey,
But he's a great athlete. It's not just some guy.
he's 36.
Yeah,
It's not like he's 22.
And he didn't
Yeah.
start until he was like 29. Like, when he retired from the NBA, he started playing volleyball, and now he's just on the Olympic team.
Wow.
And I looked up a couple of other ones that were funny to me. This is hilarious. There was a lady in 1908, this just lets you know how sports used to be, who was on the England women's national field hockey team and later won a silver medal in the Olympics in archery. So you're just like, I don't know, I'm good at all this stuff. I got hand-eye coordination. Of course, Herschel, if you remember, was a bobsled pusher in 1992.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know, found it odd.
They just want to be in the Olympics, and they'll learn a whole new sport to get there.
A lady in Australia was on the Olympic rugby team, and then just switched to basketball, and was in the Olympics for basketball.
So that's how many women actually play basketball in Australia?
I guess, yeah. You're just
Yeah.
like, you're big and strong and fast and athletic, so why don't you just try all this?
I was watching a little 3-on-3, which I didn't know.
Yeah.
Did you know Jimmer Fredette?
No.
He's like our best player, I think.
Really?
I didn't recognize the other couple names, but I definitely
They have
remember
3-on-3 in the Olympics?
Yeah, which I didn't know about until I saw it. But yeah, Jimmer's out there just chunking threes.
That's awesome. They
pretty cool.
they play half court. They have to kind of check the ball, kind of.
Kind of, but even when the team scores, you just take it out as fast as you can.
Yeah.
You have to take it back, but it's weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird flow.
Then they have breakdancing.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
They have everything.
I guess that's not why we're not that interested in the Olympics, right? Just overall.
Yeah.
Are
I
you?
just like to know what people are
I
upset
am,
about.
but I'm not
it's on in the background
in
because,
the
like I said,
breakdancing.
the girl likes watching gymnastics.
Yeah, it's kind of a kid thing.
Yeah.
The Olympics?
Kids
Kind
and,
of.
and older women, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think
You
men
think
are
what
into it? I
Not-
think it
not
also
really.
brings in kids and older women.
I'll watch it-
along with men.
I'll watch the hockey in the winter.
Yeah, I will.
And I'll watch the basketball if my favorite country, Slovenia, is in it. And otherwise, I'm not watching. I'm not watching the Americans play. It's boring.
Come on, man.
They haven't been blowing people out.
I know. That's how LeBron likes it. He's keeping the games close so he can sharpen the iron of his teammates. I did see that Tatum didn't get a minute. That was
yeah,
funny.
he's injured or something.
I
He
think
didn't
he's
look
playing
injured.
today.
He looked fine when he was handing LeBron a water.
I think I saw some people saying this is great. Like Steve Kerr is trying to get in the minds of the Celtics, and so by
Okay.
by bringing one guy onto the team and another guy's mad that he's not on the team, and that then once he brings him on the team, he's not even playing him. Like he's trying to
mess with his confidence.
Yeah. It is interesting though that like the best player on the team is 38.
Yeah.
There
Look.
has been no transfer, to the next one yet.
Look,
where Jordan was out of the league when he's 38.
Yeah, we need to do a segment on this at some point because I've seen a lot of people talking about it. America's sports are wholly unprepared for the exit of LeBron. Like the whole house of cards is just leveraged on him. Like hot takes, and he's still the guy that everybody talks about. He's still the most marketable player. I mean, Durant maybe too, and Curry, but they're going to be gone soon too.
Yeah.
And so LeBron is kind of keeping this entire economy together right now.
American, yes.
Yeah.
Because, the best players are
old.
Or not
foreign.
American.
Yeah. Olympics.
Coming to a
Is that a good close, video man?
Yay, Olympics.
NBC near you. All right, so we don't seem to have our pizza yet, so you want to do some viewer mail?
Sure. Yeah. So we're
see
just going to
here.
break when the pizza gets here?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. It's time to answer
By the
some of
way, we're at
today's viewer
Zoli's in Addison.
Nice crowd.
I forgot we should reset that because some people might be tuning into us on Twitter.
That's right. Come join
Streaming
us.
live,
Where else
huh?
are we?
They'll give you that hawk tour.
We're also on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch.
Look at
Wow.
y'all.
Wow. Cross-platform. Can I go first?
Yeah, man. Do
'Cause
your thing.
I don't think this one got sent to you. James says, what's up, man? James says, subject line, upping the moosing.
Okay.
And the body of the email simply says, antlers go on her head. Unlike moosing, this takes skill and is risky.
So you touch her.
You might just want to hover.
Okay.
You hover your hands right. It's going to be really awkward. I mean, I
She
could probably
might
try to
catch
do it
that.
on camera, but you're going to
Yeah.
have to like kind of hunch forward,
So I heard y'all reference this, and I'm scared to say, but I don't know.
We'd never heard of
What
it
it
before.
is.
We didn't come up with this. I don't
It's a
want this.
fake bit.
It's a real bit.
I don't know. We've been hearing from a lot of people.
Is it? So it's a something you do in the act, I'm guessing?
It's a part of your
Male and
bedroom
woman?
arsenal.
Can I start asking questions until I figure it out?
Yeah. There's so the guy
Dan doesn't
is
like whenever they explain it.
the guy is
I
behind.
know, it makes Dan uncomfortable for some reason.
It's just gross.
Is it an MW
That's
situation?
right. We're just
Yes.
MW.
Yeah.
Or it could MM.
Could it be MM or WW or MWM?
WWW,
I
they'd have
sat
to
down
have.
and y'all were talking about the Eiffel Tower, so that's where my
WW
head's
would have
at.
to have some equipment.
By the way, yeah, you would need to purchase the upgrade package. Also, we don't use W, we use F. Get it right.
Oh.
Okay?
I use
MF.
W,
Like
and I am one.
like
you can't
C-
tell me which one to use.
Like
I'm a WF.
I'm telling you, the industry, we use F. CFNM?
CF, what?
NM?
The C stands for clothed. The N stands for naked.
Oh, that industry? Okay, all right. Now he's back.
I'm a researcher.
He's back. Uh-huh.
So anyways, yeah, that's from James.
I'll start off with
Still don't know what
non-birthday
it
email. Stand-up desk is the subject line. Game changer. I sell insurance, but it's made me much more productive. Happy belated birthday / anniversary. Great recap, although
Yeah, go ahead.
Blake left Akash out.
Blake.
And then now a complaint.
Oh, no.
My recent purchase of merch didn't come with any free stickers.
Come to Addison.
I have 5 DZ shirts now.
Nice.
See y'all at the Rangers game. This is from Plashley.
No way!
Wow.
That's right.
Plashley's back?
Plashley.
Plashley's a DZ. What do we call a woman DZ?
I don't know. CZ. Thank you.
I love
DZV.
Plashley.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know that we love the DZ thing. But anyways, I'm happy to hear from Plashley. Let's
Well,
get
we
her a
do love
sticker.
it now that we're on a DZRV.
Plashley would have 5 shirts.
He's gonna stick with that the whole time, isn't he?
Yeah, of course.
Probably have Raymond make him a little hashtag DZRV shirt, little hat. Yeah.
Mr. Fat Cat Hotmail, other people are celebrating my birthday, my 38th birthday. It's a wonderful, fantastic birthday. One of the best birthdays.
The best.
Pretty good birthday. My leaders are TC's pronunciation of Kamala,
He struggles.
Oh, I do too.
Jake's picnic table.
How?
I don't know.
It's in the news every day.
Now it is, but before that,
She ran for president.
I know. I made the mistake on the mom game, which is why I bring this up, and Emily made fun of me. So it sounds like TC and I are in the same.
It's a brain thing for
Yeah.
her. It's just locked in.
Yeah.
More Blake, more Danny. From Kellen McGuire.
It's probably McGuire.
It says Guar. So
Yeah, maybe.
why
I
don't
don't
you
know.
take it back there,
All
guy
right,
who just
Plashley
wants to
man.
make fun of me?
Uh-huh.
Oh, shut up.
I have one from Tyler regarding leeches.
Okay.
Would you like to reset?
Yeah, Julie, my wife texted me a picture of leeches at work. She's an ICU nurse. And I thought leeches was something from like the 1800s. Like, surely we're past leeches.
Did you know
at
they
this
use that
point.
now?
We still use them.
I heard y'all talking about this, and I was just as shocked as everybody was. Yes.
Well, Tyler's wife is a 15-year vet of the Parkland Surgery ICU. They store the leeches in the fridge, as Blake said. He said it's a normal fridge. Like they've
like a Frigidaire.
Just
Like the half and half is in there?
When he
There's
says
an
normal
LG.
fridge, yeah, it makes me think like, oh, there's my sugar-free Red Bull and
the
batch of
leeches
leeches
for the night shift.
He
Yeah.
says I think they hibernate in cold. When the leech gets full, so this is whenever they have it on the patient, they unhook and go wandering.
Yes.
She said she'd come into her patient's room. Lots of times they are knocked out or so effed up they aren't aware of things. And she would I feel kind of weird doing this at a restaurant, but still. She would follow the line of blood on the floor to find the leech.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
it just
gosh.
gets all fat and just takes off and just leaves a trail of leech blood, of human blood coming out of the leech, and that's where they're like, scoop up the little critter.
So my question about
disgusting.
the leeches is like, if you're somebody that's been leeched, do you have to give permission, and do you know?
We talked about
Like
it.
if you're out of
I
it-
don't know.
And then you wake up and you've been leeched, and you
Yeah.
go on with your whole life not knowing that you've been leeched,
They should have to disclose that you were leeched.
right?
Yeah, I think so.
So I told my wife about this, and she said that when they get bored, primarily doctors, because nurses won't do this, they'll drop the leeches in peroxide, and they'll just swell up and explode.
Wow.
So
That's what they do to
Okay,
pass
not
time
that leech
when
video
they're
game.
bored
Not-
at work.
different
not,
leech.
Not Mike Leach.
They have leech games.
Rest in peace.
Leech Olympics.
Sup, Dan. Day 3 zoner Drew Hummel wants to wish my brother Walker happy 30th. His heroes are Chappie, Kyrie, and Jake's buddy whose parents bought a house in Angel Fire.
Nice.
Yeah, they did. They did. He's probably listening.
I was born in 1989. Dazed and Confused is so much better than I Love You, Man. That's from Drew, who says there's $4.20 in the Venmo for your financial woes.
Who is ever like pitting those two against each other?
Blake
Just 'cause
did.
those are y'all's two.
We did.
Okay, sorry.
Blake did earlier.
You guys mocked my open, so I went your neck with Dazed and Confused.
Okay. I Love You, Man.
It's a good movie.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is. We're watching it on the DZRV.
Your
It
Grace.
is it's a good movie, Blake.
2 Sawbucks have been sent to the DZ Venmo. Authentic Day 1, number 90. Now people are differentiating themselves. Like, I didn't buy my way in. I was there early.
Well, this idea gets the people going.
Birthday shout out. It's my Joe Carter on the Indians plus Cameron Brink birthday. My leaders are Dan's catheter nurse, Jake's 48-mile-per-hour fastball, and Blake's acrobatic squirrels. More Blake,
It's all very
Rachel,
specific.
and the lawyers
Hey.
from Dylan.
Got a Rachel and a lawyer here today.
That's right. Did you see Rachel? She's our intern. She's
Yes.
back there.
Hi, Rachel.
Don't get too close.
Rachel says Akash is in the video anniversary show if you want to check it out.
Why don't you guys quit responding to comments?
I do
Boy,
need,
no one watches those comments more than Rachel.
I need to stop.
But she's a commenter as well.
It's true.
Which
She's
is,
fine. That's kind of part of her gig.
Yeah, but she'll like argue with her husband on Twitter.
That's awesome.
And it's like, wait, why don't you just
That's awesome.
do it at home?
That's awesome.
What if your wife was like heavily online? Wouldn't you hate that?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
Airing
That's
all
why I
your
didn't
dirty
marry Julie.
laundry.
She's in the Patreon comments, less Jake.
Yeah. Yeah, it would suck because typically if you're super online, like you try to be funny, and I'd have to be like, babe, no.
Oh,
You're not
you don't
funny.
think she could pull it off?
You're not.
I don't think so.
Wow, just trying to funny gatekeeper.
Be like, Jake fell asleep on me
I think
last
she'd
night.
do great with jokes on Twitter.
I caught him moosing.
Day 2 DF number 1024, Joel C. reporting from Colorado Springs. Let's see. More Blake. My leaders are William Pace's angelic voice and Jake's buddy's squirting girlfriend.
It wasn't.
Golly.
It is my son Vincent's
I'm
Michael
not even
Young
going to dignify that with a response.
Michael Young birthday.
You
Vincent's
told us about it.
birthday. I'm hoping to get a good grade from Jake on that name.
What was it again?
Vincent.
That's awesome. That's a strong name.
Vinny. You're going to end up being called Vinny.
You can do Vinny. You could do Vince. Vincent is distinguished.
But Vin.
Vin's tight too.
Vin is just like,
Yeah.
now you're driving fast and
Right.
drinking Coronas.
Robin Banks.
Also, Monday is my Jackie Robinson birthday. All I ask for is to be the mooser and not the moosey.
One of the most disappointing things, to go back to Vin, this guy's an authentic Vin, right? But I was so bummed out. I knew his last name wasn't Diesel, but I assumed his first name was Vincent. Vin
It's not?
Diesel's name is Mark Sinclair.
What a dweeb.
It's like the most boring name you could
Wow.
possibly have. I mean, I get why he changed it.
Is that a Kempsman?
Yeah.
That he
no
has
way.
a different name?
That doesn't count.
I
No?
feel like it should be.
Come on.
So he was just sitting there as Mark Sinclair thinking,
I'm
how
not
can
getting
I
any
come
roles.
up with a cooler
I
name?
have the biceps. I have the
I
tank
know.
top.
Vin Diesel. And then the roles just start pouring in.
Yes.
That's how it works.
Back to Joel C. He says, hit me up if you guys ever grow a pair
Oh.
and actually move to Colorado.
Oh.
I'm down for a Mountain 960 visit. Keep up the good fight. You guys are bigger heroes than Jesus and George Washington combined.
That's huge. That's huge for y'all.
That is. Put that on the sales deck.
Testimonial. Fan testimonial. These guys are bigger than Jesus and George Washington combined.
And I got day 2er Paul here. who says, hey, Dan, I want to report on an odd phenomena I had never experienced before. I went to the Morgan Wallen concert
Ah, yes.
with my wife this weekend at the Death Star. There were more jean shorts and cowboy boots than I'd like to admit. The crowd was about 70% women. This made me question whether or not I should be listening to this dude. I tell myself I was there for Jelly Roll anyway. Did Jelly Roll open?
Yeah. Jelly Roll came on before Morgan Wallen.
So that's your, like, it's all good that you just love Jelly Roll?
Yeah, like, oh, no, you're cool now, dude.
That doesn't seem better to me.
I love Jelly Roll.
I'm just here for Jelly Roll.
It's kind of weird.
Late in the evening, before Morgan got up, women started feebly dashing into the men's restroom utilizing the stalls. I understood as the lines for the ladies' room were over 100 people deep. It got weirder later in the evening as there were simply 2 lines in the men's room, one for dudes to use the urinals and one for ladies to use the stalls. The ladies' line started at the stalls, so women were chilling in there surrounded by 20 dudes with hog in hand. It was a little weird. But I was a few beers in, so it didn't bother me.
Hog in hand. That stopped me down.
I felt for them because they would miss half the set if they waited in the ladies' line. What is the Dumb Zone's take on this? Thanks. More Julie and more size after the abrupt end to the news from day 2, Paul.
Lucky day. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you could do what you got to do, I guess. I would be a little bit worried that they're kind of in danger because, as he mentioned, there's a lot of drunk dudes in there. And now there's, like, ladies with their pants down.
Yeah, but I feel like society, like society's going to make do no matter what the politicians argue about. If society thinks it's worthy, then we're just going to act like that. Right? I mean, stop signs exist, but do you ever stop at the stop sign on Bernie and Carroll Avenue, or because there's no one ever there?
No.
Every single time.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I stop every time. I use a turn signal.
Dude, you are such a dork.
I come to a full stop.
It's new. That's your new name, Full Stop Jake.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm trying to figure out how to title this new Jake, Full Stop Jake.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird. It would be weird too if you kind of like went in with your wife, and now there's like a bunch of other, or your girlfriend or whatever. Now there's a bunch of other dudes, as the emailer indicated, hog in hand. But you do what you got to do, I guess.
But bathrooms are changing a lot these days.
What?
Okay, oh yeah.
What does that mean?
They really are. You laugh. Okay, so whatever. There's the unisex ones at a lot of places. Unisex, whatever, where anybody can go in the bathroom.
No, that's what people. That's how to pronounce it.
Okay, unisex. I said it weird. Unisex. So that's a thing, and that's fine. There's reasons and everything else.
Do you think she's like Ralph Strangis, where you meet Ralph, and you're like, how did this guy ever used to do coke? Like, he's already like he's on coke, but if he was, and then you meet Julie, and you're like, she hasn't been drinking today? Like, she's just giggling and okay, go ahead.
This is just me.
All right, back to bathrooms are...
They're really changing.
They're really changing. Okay, so you have those, and they'll hit you when you're least expecting it, like at a Starbucks or whatever.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
Give me one of these.
The Dumb Zone.
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 No puppy, 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 no.
We're back. Julie, her computer turns off every 3 minutes. What kind of a timer you got on there? We're at Zoli's in...
Why do you have a Mac that runs Windows?
Why are y'all making so much fun
We're
of me?
in Zoli's in Addison, everybody. Zoli's. Got a bunch of people here having a good time. Did get a tiny bit of feedback that the people in the very back were having trouble hearing. But it was Kelly. So just so you know, we're trying to...
He's always on our ass.
We've already made this appearance way better than the one when we were at Cane Rosso. So the point is to make each thing a tiny bit better.
Atomic habits, Dan.
If you try to be too much better, that's the bar. Like, we're just crawling along.
1% better every day, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Who says that? Is that like a thing?
Yeah. You know, there's that Atomic Habits book that I read and was like, I'm going to do all this, and then did none of it.
At least you read it.
I'm like,
We
I'm
have
going to change my
Atomic
life. This book is
Habits
life-changing.
book sitting around our house. It doesn't even get read.
Yeah,
But we
I
have
just-
intentions.
I actually have Atomic Habits on my shelf. Never read it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's
High
better than what I
five.
did, which
All
was
right.
read it and then be like,
Let's Eiffel Tower this napkin.
What?
dude.
Never.
I'm going to give you
Does
the
Julie
Olympic
not know the
exemption.
Eiffel Tower?
When you say no, you mean like biblically?
Look it up.
I don't want to look it up.
Look it up. It's great.
I would do
One
bad
thing
things to
before
my
we get
computer.
to Blake has some audio / video, right?
Yeah.
Hand that mic back to Rob. Rob Chickering is well known as Video Man. Rob Chickering.
Hey.
In another life, he was a skydiving chief.
Mm-hmm.
In another life, he was, I don't know, he's been a lot of things.
Stuff.
Done so many things and so much stuff.
He worked for Alex Stein.
So we had a couple guys over here saying, hey, Jake, is that your bag? And it was an X Games bag.
Check.
And
Hello.
I said, no, it's not Jake's. And then Rob was digging through it, and it looked like it's Rob's bag. So Rob is he's been a chief engineer. He's run entire radio networks. He's a man of but he also does little side projects.
So side quests.
Like someone will hire him to come set up a whole whatever conference or something, right?
Yeah.
Like you're good at technical stuff.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. Except for the whole sound thing in the back here at Zoli's and Addison.
Can you hear me in the back, everyone? Hello.
What a dick.
But so I figured, Rob once, as we know others, John Sponsor, I think, was once hired by NBC just to be like an Olympic guy. He would go
I think he's
do wires and
there now.
cables. And oh, is he really?
Yeah, still doing it.
Okay. So I figured, Rob was hired once by the X Games to set up stuff. And then I directed Rob to these guys who were saying, hey, and I said, that's Rob's. Rob, did you work for the X Games or something? And he said, yeah, I was in the X Games.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's casual.
And he's like, no, I was just in the X Games. So
then we said, stop talking. We're
what do you, what?
So I was a skydiving photographer, videographer on a sky surfing team in the X Games in 1990, good gosh, hang on, 3, 4, somewhere around there. The first year the X Games ever occurred, I was the arena announcer for sky surfing. So as people kind of came into land, I told people who was under parachute and that kind of stuff. Then we competed and got qualified, and we were in the top 10 of the world. So we were number 10.
Wait, if you're the video guy, how do you compete?
It's a team effort. So I have a video camera on my helmet, and I'm skydiving with him. And it's kind of a choreographed routine.
What in the world?
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Is this on video somewhere?
Yeah, I got tons of video of it. We can delve deeper into that one day if you want to. But yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think.
Is Julie just now learning about his skydiving prowess?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
So 1,600 skydives total.
What?
Yeah. I finished when
Are you
I kind of
insane?
wrapped it up when my son was born because, kind of like Jake, I put away the leather jacket and decided not to be as
Stop being
hardcore.
cool.
Yeah. Not going to be that guy. But yeah, it was pretty cool. So we qualified in Switzerland, Germany. We jumped all over the world and spent a ton of money, but it was a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You're never going to do it again?
I would love to do it again.
When was the last time?
Oh gosh, it was probably, somebody asked me that the other day. Probably 22 years ago, 23 years
Wow.
ago. That's when my son was a couple years old.
Dude,
Yeah.
wasn't it scary?
It's pretty crazy. Oh, I loved it. It was a blast.
Wasn't it scary?
Yeah.
What's it?
You gotta push through it, Julie. Just like Jake's oil change
takes
ladies,
a certain
they push
breed
through
of
it.
human to want to do that.
I just think maybe the first time is scary, but time 1,574 probably.
You get a little
You
used to
probably
it.
got used to it.
Yeah, exactly.
but it's super scary to me.
He's a man of mystery.
Like, we don't know anything about this guy.
I know. I think he likes it that way.
I'll need to
Like, I
dive
thought
into
he
this
just
a bit more.
ran a radio network. It's like, oh, okay, he knows
He's
how
been
to
skydiving a few times,
Yeah.
which is enough to, if you'd done that, I'd be like, that guy likes skydiving a few times.
Yeah,
A couple
4.
times.
Yeah, and then he's like,
X
how about
Games.
2000 and the X
Yeah, I
Games?
forgot that bag said X Games on it. Yeah, we got some cool swag. Like, there were a couple, those first 2 years, shoes, bags, all Nike stuff. It was pretty badass. Really nice stuff.
Is there a lot of banging in the X Games village?
Wow.
So much banging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Banging.
In
X
free fall.
Games.
And
Really?
it's here's the thing, Dan. It's not just banging; it's extreme banging.
Yeah. Absolutely.
X banging.
X banging.
Extreme banging.
Thank you, Julie.
Sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Keep her here.
Yeah, we need
I
to
feel
do a
funny.
Who is Rob?
You are funny.
Yeah, we can play some
Funny.
video. I'll pull
Yeah.
some video. We'll play some stuff.
I feel like I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to roll on every conversation we have in the, I guess I'll say it, DZRV.
Yay!
Just so I don't
Oh, no.
so I don't forget.
It's official. It's a fish.
Crazy.
Totes a fish.
That's leaving at 7 a.m. on Sunday.
That is exactly right.
Oh, God.
With or without you, Dad.
You just gotta stumble
not-
onto the
Yeah,
RV
really?
and get in.
You guys will leave without me?
I thought about saying that earlier, and then
Yeah.
You realize that?
yeah, it's like that's what he wants. Like dealing with my kid.
All right, well,
Reverse psychology.
Yeah. Here's Blake.
How do I follow that up? All right, I got some audio from our favorite Carolina Panthers wide receiver.
Yes.
oh, is this the Cajun guy?
Yeah, so we fell in love with him because he talks like this.
When I was about 5 years old, and ever since I was a little boy, my uncle he would bring the horses to my house every day for my birthday.
It's the most
And we'll
country
go
accent
out
I've
there
ever
to
heard
the
in my
horse
life.
stable on the weekend.
And he's a wide receiver in the
yeah.
NFL.
Yeah.
Dollar bill. Dollar bill.
Dollar bill?
Yeah, it's a racking horse. One of the one that stepped pretty.
That was my next question. Is it like a quarter horse?
Oh yeah, it's a quarter horse. We got some race horses there. Yeah.
Right, like in their
He about
schedule
15
release
right
video, they had him
Yeah.
read one of them, and
Yeah.
I was like, they should have just had him for the whole thing.
Yes.
He kind of sounds like Boomhauer.
Yeah, and he, again, like if he's a right guard,
no.
okay, you know, it's one thing, but he's
First round pick wide receiver.
First round, yeah. Out of South Carolina, he gets drafted by the Panthers, and the Panthers social media team kind of understands what they have, and so they handed him the phone one day and asked him for a weather report.
I like it.
And this was it from Panthers training camp.
What's going on, Panther Nation, man? This is Xavier Legette here, man. I'm just here with a weather report. It's a little bit cloudy out here, a little bit of rain. It's been raining all morning, but we're really excited to practice in the weather here, man. Good weather, it ain't too hot. Let's do it. Keep fine.
I got no idea.
I know.
He even did a Boomhauer, man. Cloudy out here, man.
It's cloudy, but it's not hot. We like practicing in it. Yeah.
Not too hot, man.
He also said his name Legette,
Yeah, I heard that.
which I thought Legette. And so yeah, okay, so just like training camp, they do a lot of interviews. You know, all this credentialed media gets access to the players. So very man on the street. This guy walks up to him and asks him a few questions, and we have to play it. So let's play the first clip. This is setting up the game that they're going to do, and yeah, here's more Xavier Legette.
Yeah, I appreciate you for taking the interview. Who I'm talking to?
It's Xavier Legette, Mother South Carolina native.
Okay, my boy in the spot. Man, what position you play?
Wide receiver.
What's your number?
17.
What school you from again?
I went to the University of South Carolina.
Oh.
He's amazing.
His mouth barely moves when he speaks.
barely. South Carolina. Wide receiver.
Wide receiver.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Is he good?
He's really
He's
good.
a first round pick, yeah.
Okay.
But
Not
who knows?
Bryce Young.
Not the
Can
sharp.
Bryce Young get him the ball?
Not the sharpest guy. We're finding out. Let's play the next clip.
Some light questions, all right? How old are you, Xavier?
I'm 23.
You're 23 years old. You're number 17 and you're 23 years old. If you was born 10 years ago, how old would you be?
Man, shit. I cut the camera.
Hey, just give me your best answer, doggy.
So
Whoa.
trying to trick him, you know, throw a bunch of numbers at you, but
Yeah, the
overall, if
17.
you were born 10 years ago, how old would you be? Yeah, very simple. But the reason I set all this up is this last clip, because it's another trick question. They're playing Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? But the way that he says this word just had me in fits.
I got another one. One more. How many months in a year got 28 days?
Only one.
Which month is that?
February.
Are you 100% sure?
Yeah.
And you going with that?
I'm going with February.
You my boy, so I'm going to give you one more chance. How many months in a year got 28 days?
February.
Just February.
Yeah.
No other month.
Nah.
No other month got 28 days.
Nah, I'm sticking with February.
You sticking with February. That's
Yeah.
why you my dog. But you wrong, though.
February.
No other month got 28 days.
I'm sticking with February.
You sticking with February. That's why you my dog. But you
That's
wrong,
awesome.
though.
I
will
can't
root for
spell.
him.
I can't spell what he is saying.
I
but
don't know that
love
I
it.
could spell February the proper way right now.
February.
It's got a sneaky R in there. It's kind of
great.
amazing, though, that they just stumbled into that with that question. Like, his
Yeah.
answer was the weirdest pronounced word ever. And now we all have February.
I think that
Because they asked him that question. We all got so lucky.
that guy's awesome.
Yeah, he is.
Man, he's got to be the hit of camp.
Oh, yeah.
When
you know,
we-
the social media team is just like,
Yeah.
let's just stick with this.
Well, if he was at Cowboys camp, we'd hunt him down every day.
Yeah, of course. Whoa. Sorry, Rob.
More audio/video?
I have Today in Twitter. That's what I have.
Okay. You know what the acronym for that is, Julie?
I do, Dan. I do.
What's the thing?
What thing?
The Open.
Oh, God damn it.
We got an Open. Let's play the Open.
Today in Twitter.
Okay, so I have two things.
He's right.
One of them, I don't know how this is going to play on audio, but I saw this video this morning. It's from a beach in Rhode Island. This is the Locust one, Rob. And I just wanted you guys to see this and react because apparently, I don't know if there was some sort of change in the environment or the climate in this beach town in Rhode Island, but this looks like an Alfred Hitchcock movie as these people are just on the beach, and it is like a blizzard of locusts.
Oh, no.
And people are freaking out running. So I just wanted you guys to see this real quick before I get to my meat of Today in Twitter.
Holy shit.
Dude, look at that.
That's disgusting.
Man, it just looks like a bunch of birds.
Yeah, but like a billion of them.
like this in my life.
Kids are screaming.
Yeah.
It looks like the plague.
People running through with their Bible.
Yeah.
Isn't that like in the Bible?
Yes, that's like in the Bible. It's the plague.
Locusts?
Yes. Locusts immediately make me think Bible, for sure. They have that distinction. I would pass out.
Yeah, weren't you leaving?
That's crazy.
A couple people are standing, but other people are like covering their heads and running off.
It's like
Yeah.
getting in
Laughing.
people's
Feeling
pina
them guys in your
coladas.
mouth? Yeah.
Yeah,
Locust in my drink.
I would think you'd have to have some in your mouth.
Ugh.
Okay, so this other one, the audio does actually hit a little bit
Good
as well.
protein, though.
But I wanted you to see. You ever eaten like a bug on purpose? You ever done that?
On purpose?
Yeah, you know, like if you
Why?
I don't know. You know, like in other countries and stuff, they'll eat crickets, and I bet Rob's done that.
Other
No?
countries, but have you? Or
Yeah,
is
I've
this
had-
like a jackass stunt?
No. I just mean, you know, people. There are definitely parts of the world where they eat locusts as a source of nutrition.
Yeah.
I've had cricket before.
Did you ever have that friend or relative
Candied cricket.
that was like our little cousin? I lived near three cousins, and the youngest of the three cousins, we would make them eat stuff like a spider. Or like if there was gum on the street.
No, I had a brother.
We would make him do. Would you make your brother do that? And
Oh,
he would
yeah.
just do it?
Yeah.
Because he wants to impress you.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. Okay, so this one is for this is a political ad. This is a guy named Bill Eigel. He is running, I guess, in Missouri for a House seat as a Republican. This might be the wildest political ad I've ever seen in my life. So it opens up with Bill Eigel. He's standing in front of an American flag. He's got the suit on, and he's very anti-immigration. Spoiler. And next to him,
It's a hot button issue, Jake.
it's what I've heard. Next to him, there is a shorter Latino man wearing just like a button-up shirt. And I just want you to watch this, and you can describe it. I know we can't really stop and start it, but it's only 30 seconds. This is what – okay, so just roll this.
I'm Bill Eigel. I'm running for governor to crack down on illegal immigration.
Él es bilingüe y tomará medidas enérgicas contra la inmigración ilegal.
Okay.
It says translator on the.
So he's having this guy who appears to be kind of dressed as like a migrant worker translate. The guy looks sad and beaten. And he's like, hey, yeah, whatever.
Medidas enérgicas contra la inmigración ilegal.
No more taxpayer handouts for illegals, period. Nada. Zilch. Zero.
Okay, nada.
Yeah.
Good use.
Ilegales, no más dinero, no más fiestas.
We're throwing them in jail and sending them back where they came from.
Ay, caramba.
Oh my gosh.
It's time to take Missouri back.
Yeah, so at the end, the guy goes full surrender cobra and goes, ay caramba.
Ay, caramba.
And he's having him, as he's translating, when he says, ay caramba, when he says, no more free handouts, no more free money for illegals, the guy like looks sad and was like, no más fiesta?
Yeah.
Like the party's over? That's the most blatantly racist thing I've seen in a long, long time.
Well, that'll certainly hurt his chances then at
the
poll.
I was shocked. Like he just hired this guy to be like sad, I'm about to be deported guy. Like what does the casting thing say?
That guy is a legitimate candidate.
Yeah, for sure.
Damn.
And he's just like, hey, can you act like you're about to be deported and speak Spanish and act sad because I'm gonna send you back to El Salvador? I couldn't believe it, Dan.
That's terrible.
Well, that's what's in Today in Twitter.
All right.
Oh yeah.
The
There you
Dumb
go.
Zone presents Today in Twitter.
I thought you should have a close too.
Thank you. It sounded oddly similar to the
Being all
open.
bitchy about it. More video, or are we moving on? What do you want to do?
Yeah, it's up to Blake, but I got plenty of other stuff.
We'll probably move on. Or do you want to do that?
We have more shows tomorrow.
No, I'm just asking. What do you guys? You want me just to move us to the news?
I'm not the quarterback here. Yeah, let's go to the news.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boom.
Jeez.
Here's Jay with the Dumb Zone News.
There were 2 more earthquakes Saturday in West Texas, Dan.
Okay, is this all fracking?
Yes.
Again? Okay.
Yes. These ones were also felt in Dallas-Fort Worth, apparently. I never get to feel them.
I never feel it
Everyone's
either.
telling me I felt the earthquake, and I never get to feel them.
Where was it felt?
It says all over Dallas.
Huh. Seems like they're usually felt in Irving
Like
for whatever reason.
aftershocks. Well, initially the Irving one was at that Texas Stadium site.
Yeah.
There was something weird going on there, but there's one county, Scurry County. Blake, I got a buddy who got arrested in Scurry County.
Scurry?
Yeah, the West Texas way.
You couldn't scurry away fast enough?
Man, I don't know. Jackrabbits?
You're laughing at that?
Get her out of here.
I'm here to stay.
Like I said.
Deal with it.
It's
You know you wanna laugh.
Ralph Strangis on coke. It's Julie without alcohol. It's unbelievable.
So they had 61 earthquakes out in Scurry County, Julie, in 7 days.
61?
Yeah.
Wow.
It makes me think we might be playing a little fast and loose with what is an earthquake. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, rock falls. You're like, oh, 1.2. Yeah.
Yeah, what
back
what
in
is-
my day, people had to die.
What's it on the R scale?
No. I'm not letting you get away with R scale for Richter scale.
The Ricky scale.
I don't think so, bub.
He's just going to be speaking in full letters soon.
Yes. Yeah.
You don't know me.
So I'm reading a book to my son. This has to do with earthquakes.
Okay.
And this happened to me just last night because you're talking about back in the day when the earthquakes killed people, and that's how you could quantify it as an earthquake. It's like an I Survived series is what it's called. And it's about these like big catastrophic moments in history from a kid's perspective. And I start reading the book, like the first...
Just like a bedtime story?
Yeah.
Like I was
was-
in the Holocaust.
I thought... I was really...
It was
exactly.
the morning of
sucks.
September
Good night.
11th.
That's seriously what it is.
It was
He-
take your son to work day.
He wanted to
at
order these
NASDAQ.
books. And you'll learn anytime they want to read a book or buy a book, you get excited and you're like, yes, I want you to read. So I will buy you whatever book because I want you to read and not want to or go stare at your screen or whatever.
Anton LaVey's Satanic Bible?
Well, probably not that. I probably wouldn't do that.
Found
but
it.
I'm trying to get him on chapter books because he's old enough to. And so
How
he
old is
said
he?
last night he's 9.
Okay, yeah, it seems like he was old enough to 5 years ago, but go ahead.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Damn, dude.
Am I wrong? I don't know.
Chapter books?
I don't know.
At
I actually
4?
don't know.
No.
I don't know, Julie.
They don't do that. They're just
I think
learning
you're
to
a great
read at
mom.
4.
Yeah, you're the best.
Well, you know, we're
You don't
like...
get to
Especially
play
with your
now.
9/11 book.
Thanks. We're approaching the school year very quick, and this is when moms start to be like, okay, start reading, start writing. Let's pretend like we've been practicing all summer.
A week? Can't cram read.
Well, that's what I'm doing, okay? If I'm being
Because
honest.
the teachers all want you to do that all
They
summer.
tell you at the end of the year, and they
Yeah.
give you packets. Nowadays, they'll give you like a website. Go to this website. It'll tell you what you should be doing with your kid at this age. And you're like, yes, yes, okay. And then it's the end of the summer, and I'm like, oh, crap, we haven't done any of this. So I'm trying to get them to read.
You've been
trying
so
to get
busy
them
at the
to
club.
read. We've been partying so hard.
Golf camp.
So I'm trying to get him to read. I'm trying to defend my
And you started
choice
last
of letting
night.
him read this book. Yes. So last night I'm like, okay, what chapter book do you want to start? And he's like, how about this one? We bought it at the book fair, and we haven't opened it, and that was a long time ago. So I'm like, okay, wants to read this. I survived the San Francisco earthquake of whenever the big giant one was. Anyway, we start
40?
reading
What do you
it.
think, Rob? 40s?
I thought
yeah.
No, during the World Series, right?
the 90s?
No, it was in the 40s.
There was one back then that killed, yeah.
That's the one. So I'm reading it, and it's like the perspective of an 11-year-old boy, and it's, you know, he's in his house, and he's kind of talking about
All these gay dudes are running around. They're really upset.
1906.
way back then.
You think the 40s? Gay people didn't exist in the 40s, right?
It was actually 1906, I want to say. But yes, of course,
But they
yes,
kept it
existed
hidden.
since people
I
existed.
don't think they were just
I
gay
don't know,
guys
man.
running around
I think they just
being
got invented.
gay in the 40s and freaking people out, like, or whatever you said.
How did we
I thought
start
the
talking
Democrats
about this?
invented gay.
Just because of these earthquakes in West Texas? So how'd your son take it?
Okay,
What's
so
the
I
point of
start
the
reading
story?
it. I'm trying to get there. He keeps doing this, not me.
I know, man. What's
So,
up with him?
I'm trying to read him a little bedtime story. I'm excited that he wants to read. And like the first chapter we get through, and basically this lead character, who's an 11-year-old boy, gets buried alive. Buried alive.
Well, how did he tell the story then?
Yeah.
Well, he was telling it from his perspective. So it's like all of a sudden the
Then all of a sudden
earthquake,
it ends mid-sentence.
the earthquake stops, and he's
Just
like,
10 more blank pages.
it's like, you know, I was hit by a brick, and then I was hit by this, and then I couldn't breathe, and
Good God.
I'm laying there reading to my son. I'm like, this is terrible. It's one of the things like that you don't think about with parenting or whatever when you come across these instances with your child and you're in the middle of a book. And I had to finish my sentence when I saw what it was going to be. Like, you can't stop down and not finish your sentence.
I lie all the time.
Yeah, just start making it up.
I lie about what's in, if I don't.
He can read,
can
though.
read.
No.
That's the
I
problem.
skipped over a few things because we kept going. I was like, I got to give this context. I can't get to. And then he was buried alive. Good night, buddy. I'll see you in the morning.
Jeez.
So we kept reading like another chapter in to try and give it context.
Is that the
And
funeral?
That's when I started omitting. Because, anyways, that's when I started omitting things, and he was calling me out. Like, Mom, why'd you skip those words? Why'd you skip that sentence? I'm like, because this is a terrible story, but I was in too deep to the story. I couldn't quit. It was a big conundrum, and
You
there's
guys
my
gonna-
earthquake story.
You guys going to cover the Gaza Strip tonight, or what's on the
Well,
docket?
Titanic is up next.
Good grief.
But it's
All
a
right.
cool way for them to learn about history. But yeah, it was a little much.
So we had some earthquakes. A commission in North Texas, Dan, I know you love these. There's a commission, a committee. A commission is forming a committee of business and community leaders. They will be looking into issues related to resorts and casino gambling, pushing for legalization during the 2025 legislative session.
Okay, so we now own a business, as you know, right? At least partly, somewhat. We're in business. We're learning about business, quarterly taxes.
It's fun.
I should be doing that.
Would a committee ever choose us to be on their business and community leaders committee?
Absolutely not.
Like, I'm a business
And you see,
leader.
the guy who typically hears us talk business is the guy who's laughing the loudest right now.
Jeez.
In the background. That's like the hardest he's laughed all day. Was the concept of us being anywhere near business decisions.
A business leader. No less.
No, I'm not even a business.
One of the leaders in our community.
Follower, minion, no. No, I don't think so.
I'm out there, though, if anybody wants someone to join their committee just to give this perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Hit me up.
I want to say something. I want to compliment my partner, okay? I started this story roughly 90 seconds ago. He's used the word – I used the word twice. He's used it 3 times.
I've thought of how tiny it is.
We've used the word committee 5 times, and
It's
at no point
very
has he
small.
said, is it a small committee? How small?
It's incredibly small. Are you aware of that, Julie?
I don't think so.
The size of the committee?
No.
He was jonesing.
It's not large.
I had to let him do it.
It's very tiny.
How tiny?
Oh, okay. Yeah. It just clicked.
Yeah.
We still do that?
No, we don't. He does. There's one man alive keeping the itty-bitty committee, itty-bitty-titty committee alive, and it's him. He's the only one.
He's doing the Lord's
That
work
works
over
the word
here.
bit and tit into it.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what we're all about. Dan and Julie, bits and tits.
Jeez. Still so shocking.
Weekdays at 9.
Okay.
Can we do an everyday bits and tits? Probably just once a week.
Sands, which
yeah,
is,
we
of
don't
course,
want to oversaturate the world with bits and tits.
Sands is the owner of the Mavericks now, basically. You know, the Miriam Adelson lady that I told you about?
Yeah.
Her son, Patrick Dumont.
Yeah.
Son-in-law is the controlling owner. They have hired 76 lobbyists and spent almost $7 million in the last couple years lobbying the state legislation to get this done. And that means they will.
$7 million?
I think there's probably an amount you can, like
Yeah.
a certain amount you can spend, probably. But, yeah, it's within 2 years there will be a casino, at least under construction, in the heart of DFW.
It's kind of awesome.
Probably more than one.
And this is what we figured would happen, but they're really making it happen.
How's that going to affect traffic?
What?
I mean, probably not going to help. Oh, by the way, you would
He's
have been
already
very
stressed
happy.
about the traffic from 2 years from now.
Yeah.
When I went to
like
that,
to plan ahead.
When I went to that comedy show on Friday, Dan, you would have been pleased. Big time progress on that entrance into Fort Worth downtown situation.
Really? With all the orange barrels?
You know, it's been terrible for like 18 years.
Yeah.
They've done some work.
Really?
But I would say traffic is probably not going to be improved by putting a resort destination casino in the middle of town.
Like, it's at that Irving area, right?
Irving area,
Texas
they own
Stadium?
that. It could possibly be across from the AAC. There's some land they own back there.
Were you with me when someone was telling us that Jerry Jones has bought a lot of land around Waxahachie?
Yeah. I wasn't with you, but I've heard that before.
Yeah, when we were down there?
Yeah, when we did
Yeah.
a show down there. Tom,
That's
I think it was,
interesting.
told us that.
Well, I think this will be cool. I'm down for a big Dallas resort.
You want to have a big casino?
No, you won't think that when it's here.
I think stuff like that is cool. It's good for our city.
What?
Is it? You
How
buy
is that good for the city?
It's stuff to do. Tourism. People coming here instead of us having to fly to Vegas every time we want something like that. I don't know.
I don't know,
It's
man.
just an opinion.
I think
Don't you fly to Vegas, though, also for the – because you're not going to run into anybody that you know? Like, you want to –
Yeah.
be away.
Yeah.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It seems weird to. If I were just someone who lived somewhere else and I had the option of flying to go to a casino, like, why would I want to go to Irving?
Is there already
Like,
a
I'd rather go to Oklahoma.
casino/sporting facility? Does that exist?
What do you?
Because this could
not
be the first
really.
ever. Like, there's going to be an NBA arena
That might happen.
inside the casino, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know that's
You'll
gonna
have to
happen.
walk through the casino to get to your.
They probably will have a way where you can go around it, but yes, I do think we're.
That's right, because kids.
Yeah. Inside 10 years, you've got an arena, a hotel, and a casino all on one site, and it'll probably happen here first.
I know.
But don't go buying any marijuana.
No.
I know. I haven't been to a Golden Knights game, but I know it's like you can gamble. It's not in the casino. They don't play in the middle of a casino, but you can gamble all around the game. It's near
Yeah.
casinos, and apparently the vibe is just totally insane and awesome.
It is. We went.
Like, you could do
You've been?
slots and
Yeah.
whatever, or just like they have actual slot machines in the concourse?
I don't recall. I think so, maybe, actually.
I didn't
And if
go
not,
to
they
a
were
Vegas game, did I?
You did. He did.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember like the whole thing before the game starts? It's like a Vegas show on ice.
They have dancers and stuff.
Yeah, they got a guy. It's like medieval times on ice.
How could you forget
Did
this?
I like it?
I don't.
Was I fired up?
It was really, really cool.
Okay.
I guess you'll just
think
have
he
to
liked
take
it.
my word for it.
Yeah, I'm glad Jake remembers stuff for me.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the story about this drug trafficker in El Paso that got arrested? His name is Ishmael Zambada. He is the son of El Chapo.
Oh.
And he goes by El Mayo.
Sweet.
Or probably, El Mayo. So he got on a plane.
Mayonnaise? It's
hard. Yeah, I mean, I think El Mayo, I would constantly be thinking of mayonnaise when I talk to you, and that's not that intimidating.
No, that's what you think of when you talk to me.
So they somehow convinced, I guess they tricked him into getting on a plane thinking that he was headed one place. And, it's like a private plane. And the pilot took him to El Paso and landed where he was promptly arrested.
Mm.
I think that would be a really cool job, like the bait criminal part, but not the part where you actually have to maybe get shot and get your head cut off by the cartel.
Yeah, like that pilot, man.
Doing little tricks. Oh, yeah, no,
that guy has to be in witness protection. Or they just had so much on him, right? That's why he did it?
Yeah, maybe.
I've seen enough TV.
It reminds me of us being in court.
What part?
When they took a break so we could eat our little sandwiches, and then they sentenced a guy to X amount of years for drug trafficking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that judge was busy that day.
He had been working on, I swear to God, this is the funniest thing that's probably ever happened to me in hindsight, is that we're sitting there talking about the podcast, and they're playing audio of me and Dan dicking around. And then they let us go for lunch in the courtroom.
So awkward.
It was so awkward. And then they let us go for lunch. They bring a guy in who's a cartel mule, and he had to do it because otherwise he was going to get probably into some trouble with them. They sentenced him to something like 20 years, and then she's like, all right, we're going to start back up. And I swear to God, we pick back up with, all right, so right now we're on what is a definition of a podcast?
Right.
And I'm like,
what
just happened?
Seemed to pale in comparison.
This guy's going away forever. His life is in danger. He's requesting to be put in a certain prison where he thinks he's safer, and then we're just like, but we're behind a paywall. Yeah. It's the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen in my life. I was like, what are we doing here? Let's see. Do I have anything else I want to tell you guys about? Oh, one quick thing. Don't know why I left.
You left on the record.
I was going to bring this up earlier when we were talking about Celine Dion. Were you guys aware of stiff person syndrome?
I mean,
what?
She made me aware of it.
Did she talk about it?
She's talked about it in the past. She's had it for a couple of years.
Yeah.
So I remember the first time I heard about it, it was like, what in the world? And it's just like it sounds.
Yeah.
Go on.
I guess it's just like a nerve. You have chronic pain. You become less mobile. You can't, you have spasms. You can't, move your back in certain ways.
You're stiff.
You're kind of a stiff person anyways, though, so I don't really know if I'd notice.
Yeah. You can't wake up before 8. It's a very, very specific.
I just thought
it attacks that part of the nerve system.
I thought it was such a stiff person syndrome. You can't get up before 8, and you cannot resist an itty bitty committee
right
joke at all costs. It sounds terrible, but it also sounds hilarious. Let's be honest.
That's all it means. It means you're kind of like stiff,
yeah, it's pain because you can't release tension in your nerves, and you can't move, in certain directions, so you're going to get sore. If you couldn't move in certain ways,
so you just have to sit.
Yeah, or
boy, that sounds like the greatest disease. You're not allowed to go anywhere. I can't go, guys.
I just assumed this was like
got the whole stiff person thing.
I just assumed this was like how there's diseases like what is Lou Gehrig's disease?
ALS, right?
Okay, so I just assumed
whatever that stands for
that there was a better name for stiff man syndrome. I just assumed that was like the parlance of the layman.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's SBS.
They don't have like,
really? That's what
yes.
the doctors named it?
Yes,
They don't have like a medical name for it that is hard to pronounce or something. It's they're just like, man, this guy is stiff.
They need LeBron.
I know what we'll call it.
They need LeBron to get it. Be the
Like
LeBron James disease or something. They need someone famous to get it.
Yeah.
Well,
if it
Celine
actually,
Dion's pretty
Celine
famous.
Dion.
The Celine Dion.
Yeah. Could go through a little PR
But they
makeover
didn't
now.
like rename Parkinson's Back to the Future or anything.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So under treatment, it says no evidence-based treatment has been found for SBS, which is a boo, right?
Yep.
We can't figure out how to stop it. But then it says, nor have any controlled trials of treatment for the condition been conducted. So they haven't even tried.
Could still be hope.
Just gonna let all these people be stiff and not even try to
No,
help
there's no
them?
hope. But we also haven't tried yet.
All right,
So there might be hope.
The Dumb Zone News.
Got his ass.
Like and subscribe.
The Dumb Zone presents.
Oh wait, where'd
That woman has a hat on that says Chappie.
I love it. I
What the hell?
can't stop looking at it.
That's amazing.
She has a Chappie hat?
Yeah, I don't even know we had that. I swear to God, though, if I got one of those, my dad would wear it.
Are they for sale? Did Raymond get that? Because Raymond will
says
hear
no.
us say something and then
Did you
they'll
have
be,
it made?
Oh, your neighbor already had it.
My dad has a Chappie
That is
license
awesome.
plate. Chappie license
From
plate.
Chappaquiddick, she said.
Ah.
Oh, okay. You know, Ted Kennedy once killed a lady there.
Kempspin.
It's true. But the good
So you're
news,
proving you
hold
can
on,
Kemp
here's the
spin
thing.
a city.
Here's the thing. After he did it, they got him out of the government. He was not a senator for
Actually,
another
no, they reelected him like 7 more times, if not more.
After the murder?
Yeah. But
I'm learning something new.
you know, they did say that's what held him back from the White House.
I do know that.
He'll never be president because of that.
Yeah. But we're still going to make him like the senior senator for one of the bigger states.
Yeah. And he's on all the committees, no matter what size. He was a big part of it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So today is Monday, July 29th, everyone. 6 days from now, we'll be on an RV. 6
7
days from now
a.m.
at 8 a.m. 7 a.m. Eastern time. I always go by Eastern time, so I'm on board with what Rob said.
Never known someone so scared of 7 a.m. That's
Well,
what
7
time the
a.m.
world
Eastern
starts.
time is 6 o'clock Central, though.
Yeah, do you want to leave 2 hours early?
Oh, wait. Damn it.
Thought you were slick, huh?
On this day in 1981, Britain's Prince Charles married Lady Diana Spencer in a ceremony at St. Paul's Cathedral in London. So I was a little kid at this point, and I remember this was a thing where people were waking up at whatever, way before 8 a.m. to watch this.
Yeah.
And I did not understand why.
Still don't understand it.
But they ended up living happily ever after, a wonderful relationship.
Actually, Dan, he was carrying on multiple affairs, and then she died in a car crash.
I like Dan's version better.
On this day in 1986, a federal jury in New York found the NFL did commit an antitrust violation against the rival United States Football League. The jury ordered the NFL to pay $3 to the USFL. So they won. That's a yay.
But at what cost?
Yes, and then they got the boo.
Was Trump involved in that part?
Yes. The Jeff Pearlman book on the USFL is very good. And it does detail how Trump kind of came in. It was designed to be a spring football league and spring football only, because they just said we just wouldn't be able to compete in the fall for sure, not with the NFL. And then you also have college football, but there is an insatiable appetite. Like even back in the 80s, they knew this country needs more football. So what if we had a spring professional league? And they just wanted to be that. And Trump came in and convinced enough of the other owners we should be going head-to-head against the NFL. Now, in Jeff Pearlman's telling of it, Trump had been turned down a couple of times previously. He had tried to buy NFL franchises.
Yeah.
But it's a very exclusive old boys club, and they can deny you for any reason they want. And they just didn't feel that his ilk should be along with the Maras and the Rooneys and the old stodgy guys who.
Yeah. No, it's a popular thing to say online, but had they just let him buy the Bills, none of this would have happened.
Yeah, possibly. So then he got into the USFL, and then his apparently his vision was just like the AFL did with the NFL. Hey, we're going to compete. We're going to try signing players that they want and all that. We're going to go head-to-head against them, and eventually they will absorb us, and I'll be an NFL owner.
Didn't work out that way.
That was the theory, yeah. And so they did all the competing, went head-to-head and all that, but then it just became too rich for the blood of all the other owners. Like, we can't afford to do this. We're not making the money the NFL is, so we can't. But they were drafting, Steve Young, signed him to a 10-year contract at $1 million a year. But back then, that was a huge deal. Anyway, where am I?
Today in history.
On this day in 1940, a guy named John Sigmund of St. Louis, Missouri, completed a 292-mile swim down the Mississippi River.
Damn. Was there poop in it?
Probably lots.
It took him 89 hours and 48 minutes.
I mean, all the animals poop in there all the time, right?
89 hours.
That's true.
So does that mean he got out and rested and stuff? That's weak.
Took a nap.
I wouldn't do that. If I was going to swim the Mississippi River.
You won't even get on an RV at 7 a.m.
He's right. He's right.
On this day in 1936, the Boston Red Sox became the first baseball team to fly from one city to another. They went from St. Louis to Chicago. 5 players refused to do so they took the train instead.
Yeah, I would have been 6.
Like back in 1936, you're like, really?
Okay, it flies?
It's totally safe?
Wow.
I don't think so. I'll see you guys at the train station.
And on this day in 1991, Jose Canseco, playing for the A's, was pelted by debris from Yankee fans because in the early morning, the paparazzi took photos of him leaving Madonna's apartment. So Jose Canseco was hooking up with Madonna.
And so why was everybody mad at him about it?
I don't know.
Yeah, that seems like I would have been like,
High five.
Good job.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Other famous weddings on this date, besides Prince Charles and Lady Di, are kind of the Prince Charles and Lady Di of my generation. In the year 2000, Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston got married on this day.
That one didn't last either.
No. She would go on to
co-star,
yes. She's not just the star, but a great show called The Morning Show on Apple TV. You ever watch that?
Yep.
Was there a doubt?
Of course she
that Julie
does.
had seen that?
No.
Did they have a portmanteau, like a name, like Benifer or something? Did they have a
Aniston
Pittston?
and Pitt? Yeah, I don't know.
Has Reese Witherspoon ever been in anything that you haven't seen?
Yeah. There was this one, I was getting a blowout the other day, and a movie popped on that
You know
she
that's
was
a thing,
in.
by the way, Dan. It's a hair thing.
It's a hair
I was
thing.
getting a blowout, okay.
It was
Yeah.
before a wedding. I don't
I wanna
normally
get a
do
blowout.
that. I was
Brazilian.
I had to go to a wedding, and I wanted to look nice.
Oh,
Anyways,
how was the wedding?
It was good.
Do you know she went to Jamie's wedding at the place where I'm going
Yeah.
after camp?
Jamie who?
Jamie Ben.
Oh, okay.
I do.
I do.
So I was trying
Yeah,
to.
wait, excuse me?
I
Do
promise
you...
to love and to
Wait, what?
Don't do this.
Can you speak up?
And sickness and health.
I can't sign off on this unless I hear you say I do.
I do. No, I do.
Now you got to move your mouth. Well, that eliminates the other question I had. Was it a dry wedding? There's absolutely no way that.
No.
people don't have dry weddings.
No.
That is like a 1 in a million thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, I think you're.
It was not a dry wedding.
Go to the church crowd.
It was a very wet wedding.
Blake is familiar with dry weddings.
Well, interestingly, I'm familiar with his
You know what I
wedding.
mean.
And you're not.
There was a lot of booze.
God damn it.
I got an ace in the hole, bud.
Are you done with your story?
Well, the point was that there was a Reese Witherspoon movie on at the place that I didn't know. And that's my story. But she like hooks up with she's a mom of 2 and she goes out on her birthday and gets all crazy and hooks up with some young dude. And she had like a wild night and then the young dude, it's all about her falling in love with the young guy.
Oh, okay.
That was the one Reese Witherspoon movie I think I haven't seen before.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It's the election?
Yes.
On this day, divorce on this day in history. In 2016, Amy Poehler and Will Arnett.
That's tough.
And they say that he divorced her after he realized she had nothing.
Yeah, did she get to keep half of his funny?
Today's birthdays. Cowboys quarterback Rain Dakota Prescott is 31.
Wow.
Did you guys know that?
Rain.
No.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yes, his real name is Rain.
So
Rayne.
think they're partying at training camp?
They're doing some kind of gay thing with cake, and right? They're doing some kind of.
Oh, was that the cake that Isaac Alarcon wanted?
Yeah. I
Okay.
want cake.
I want cake.
Well,
gonna
no.
do pie
So
in his face?
if you remember, this was on Hard Knocks once because Zeke's birthday was a week ago today. Remember they were like trying to out gift each other
Yes.
and Zeke was trying to wrap a package.
Yes.
Good callback.
Was the most I have ever related to Ezekiel Elliott. He was completely confused.
Gift wrapping is tough.
Dude, I pay
Harder
for it
than
now.
harder than you think it is.
I pay for it.
I don't even take it out of the Amazon box. I'll
What do
just
you
give
mean?
them
You give them the
and
Amazon
it comes
box?
it comes pre-wrapped. There you go.
But like in that big green bag though, right? Like you buy the gift wrap from Amazon?
No.
You give them an Amazon box for a present?
There you
Come
go.
on, Blake.
That's pretty pathetic.
You guys take it out of the box to put it in another box? Now that's weird.
I at least wrap the box.
You can
Even
if you
that would be
want, but it
bad.
comes in this nice brown color.
Oh gosh.
I take it to Hallmark. It's like $2 a package.
Really?
Yeah. And these are the pros. They got the best.
I didn't know that.
I was thinking like
That's a
the
good
toy
mom
store
hack.
or whatever, the local toy store, they would have a wrapping thing.
Yeah.
But yes, there's nothing better than that.
How's Hallmark stores doing?
There's probably something better than that.
Can't be doing well.
I think the movies
I
might have
think
saved
they're all
the
going out
entire
of business because
franchise.
my wife always comes home with. She's like, "Oh, I saw a Hallmark." She'll buy like
Stuff she doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll need these in next, Arbor Day or whatever. I'm like, well, no, you're not going to need that
I know,
ever.
it feels like I was at Hallmark a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Weird.
Do you give cards now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You give a nice little card
Yeah,
with
get
your
the-
Amazon
get the-
box present.
Get the kid to write their version of what they think their name looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, that's always a good one.
And it's cute.
Or if you forget a present, just have your kid draw a picture.
And
They
then
can't be
I
unhappy.
dip my dog's paw in ink. And I have
What?
the dog. No, I don't. We've made fun of those people before.
We did a dog paw in the clay.
Was it after your dog passed away?
Yeah, he
it's
took a
his
dead dog.
Y'all laugh, but
He took a dead dog to a pottery place and was just like,
y'all laugh,
it's
but they
rot-
do that.
It's rotting.
I have
Are you
a paw
serious?
print from Blueberry after she died.
You took a dead cat.
I didn't do it. The place where we took the body did it.
Okay, that's a little less weird than if you.
No, it's not. You have to give him a dead cat.
Did they just shove its head in there? Like, here's a
I didn't watch.
a mold of its face. You got to turn it.
No, it's the paw. It's up on our mantle. It's Blueberry's paw print.
Oh man. Walk in there, they're like, what's that smell?
Like, still a couple of hairs in it.
Oh. It helps with the pain, okay?
Yeah. I just remember the day your cat died, and Dan was
Y'all were there.
Dan was like, Blueberry, that's a stupid name. Or was.
You were not sensitive to the death of Blueberry. I showed up for work, I'll have you know.
Oh, man.
I fought through my tears.
I just always think I'm the wrong guy if you want someone to be sensitive to your, like, oh, something bad happened.
I didn't like it.
Like, you shouldn't even tell me about
I
it.
wasn't dying for you to be sensitive about it, but you didn't have to be completely insensitive.
Your computer went off again.
Oh my
What is
gosh.
your? How much do you have it on? What's the
I have
rotation?
no clue.
Okay, you're
I
a
never
lady.
set it to anything.
You're a lady. It's factory settings.
Yes.
That's why your browser is so small. Look at how little the.
I'm trying not to look.
Like.
Whatever she has going on
why are y'all
over there.
so
Why are all
easily
ladies the
distracted?
exact
Is that
same?
better?
That's kind of better, but
And
you
you're
need to be
right.
able to
You have
slide
a
over and
she has a Windows thing on a Mac.
I do.
Why?
Because this is how it came
What the
No.
from the place where we.
There was a day where she got the computer that she didn't want to learn a new operating system, so she just stuck with Windows.
I can't tell y'all the real reason. I'll tell you off the air.
All right.
Oh.
It's a
There's
sex.
a story.
It's a sex thing.
There's a story.
Former Ranger.
sex thing. What could that be? Why would that deal with? Anyways,
No
former
idea.
Ranger,
Mike Adams is 46.
good friend of ours.
We've had him on.
Yeah,
He was on the Bang Bus, Letty's Bang Bus.
with his son,
Yeah.
tossing back some coal boys.
It's a bus that they drive every year to Rangers opening day.
Who does?
A guy named Letty.
Okay.
And he invited us out there
Oh.
to broadcast from the bus, and we
Oh
did.
yeah, I heard
on
about
opening
y'all
day.
being out there this past opening day.
Did you
Everyone
hear
was
good
talking
things?
about it.
Everybody's
Yeah.
talking about Steve Pallor, former Cowboy, is 62. Boxing trainer Teddy Atlas is 68.
Legend.
Actress Rachel Miner is 44.
Rachel Miner. I had to do it. Sorry, Jared.
Jared didn't like that.
I had to do it. Had
It
to
says
do it.
leading role in
Had
Bully.
to do it. Don't care. No apologies.
I don't know what Bully is, but I
Oh,
do know
Bully
it was
is gnarly.
What's his name? Tyson Chandler, I think, took his wife to Bully on their first date. Do you remember that story?
No, that's Belly.
Belly.
Are you serious? I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
You're right.
I don't know what belly or bully is.
Are you what?
I don't. What's belly?
Bully
You
is.
need to go home and watch.
Don't we know the guy that wrote Bully?
I'm pretty sure. Yes.
Who is it? It's not Shropshire, is it?
No.
Is it the Observer guy?
Jim Shoots.
Yeah.
Wrote the book.
Yeah.
Which I've read.
Okay.
And I've seen this movie, but no. You need to go watch Belly.
Okay, so Tyson Chandler not involved in this movie at all.
No. And I think his story was that, it's a pretty, Belly's pretty gnarly. They both are pretty gnarly, really, but it's not exactly a rom-com.
First date movie.
I guess you need to know what you're working with, though.
Ken Burns is 71. Geddy Lee is 71.
Is that Rush?
Rush.
Jake Smollett is 35.
Empire Brother?
Jussie's brother. Actor Will Wheaton is 52.
Why do I know him?
Will Wheaton.
Stand By Me or Star
Thank you.
Trek The Next Generation?
Well, then I probably don't know him.
No. You never saw Stand By Me?
Me? Hell
Yeah.
no.
I don't know.
No.
Why are you yelling at me?
It's too cool for that.
Danger Mouse is 47.
That is greatness.
Do you think that's his real name?
I don't. I don't. Never done the Gray album. Check it out.
And
It's the White Album by the Beatles and the Black Album by Jay-Z. As one.
oh yeah,
Oh,
is it great?
It's awesome.
Okay. Do that for me, Blake, will you? And then I have a Kemp spin on this name.
Okay.
Allison Mack is 42. It says she's a Smallville actress. Now, it doesn't say Kemp spin, but there's something listed that looks like a Kemp spin.
I don't know.
You ever heard of her?
She's on the list.
Oh, so Jake has brought it up.
Yeah.
And now look who can't remember something. Oh, perfect memory guy. Oh,
yeah, that's what I'm always saying. Oh, okay. Yeah. When we talked about the cult, right? She was like in that sex cult.
Yes.
The
Says here arrested for sex trafficking.
Yeah, it was like that NXIVM or something. It was a sex cult, and they arrested a bunch of people, and they were selling people for sex.
Sweet.
Were you into Smallville?
No.
My buddy Brevig was like obsessed with that show.
I heard it was good.
I never really understood it.
Was
I'm
it
like,
on the
so it's
WB?
super.
I think I tried it like once, and I was like,
It was.
Yeah, it's very WB.
WB show.
Very WB.
Yeah.
I hated all that stuff. Like
you hate everything Superman, right?
Buffy, pretty
I
much
loved
everything that
Buffy.
was.
Oh, any WB thing?
Yeah, I wasn't into. I mean, there were a couple like early on, but like the mystical nature of all of it was just like, what is this?
That was One Tree Hill.
Angel.
Uh-huh. Oh, Angel. The spin-off of Buffy.
Yep.
Because Angel was
Charmed.
hot back in the day. Dawson's Creek. You were into that. You had to be into that.
The only reason you watch Dawson's Creek is to possibly secure yourself a handy. And
okay. All right.
Everyone in here knows I'm right.
Yeah, you're a little bit older.
So the point is, I never watched Dawson's Creek.
At least he's honest.
What was my? Oh, Desperate Housewives was mine.
Yeah. That was big when that came out.
Yeah.
What was big?
Handies?
Desperate
No,
Housewives.
just the show you'd watch with your high school girlfriend. Just
okay.
a show.
Eva Longoria. Everyone thought she was so hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else?
Born on this day now dead, Captain Lou Albano. Says here, wrestler.
Yeah.
I thought you'd get all fired up when I said that. You didn't.
I'm from the Attitude Era.
Clara Bow, B-O-W, maybe Bo.
She was like the original It girl.
It says sex symbol in the 1920s.
They must have been desperate, bro.
What's her name?
Clara
I'm not
Bow,
seeing it.
B-O-W.
They must have been desperate, bro.
If this counts as the,
What's up with her eyes?
Is that how hot a woman could get if indeed there was no cosmetic surgery?
Oh, interesting. Like the level of hotness has just escalated that much because of all of the help women can get now.
Right.
Do you think genetics are better now because people in the past have had surgery?
Walter Hunt.
He makes a good point. He makes a good point.
Was that your point?
Walter Hunt, born on this day now dead, the inventor of the sewing machine and the safety pin.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah. And
That'd be cool if you invented the safety pin. Set for life.
and Tony Sirico. That's Paulie Walnuts. This is his birthday. Died on this day, still dead. You have Mama Cass Elliott from the Mamas and the Papas, who I think I've always heard died eating a ham sandwich.
That's definitely not true.
Maybe on the toilet, but I don't know. I think she was all fat and stuff.
She was a large woman at that age. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's better, Clara Bow or Mama Cass Elliott? Which one would you, Julie?
I wouldn't either.
Well, let's say you had to, then, to save the lives of your kids.
I could tell you which one I think is more attractive.
To save the lives of your kids, you have to scissor one of them.
Good.
You're saving the... Okay, you don't want to save the life of your kid. Great.
What did you just do to me? You
Go
can't
home
do
and
that.
read him another...
My kids cannot be
Faces of
involved in
Death
this
book.
conversation.
Also died on this day, still dead, Vincent van Gogh. Now, when do you think Vincent van Gogh died?
This has to be a trick question.
No, I don't think it.
No, but he knows we're gonna think of Picasso dying in like the 80s.
Yeah.
Give me a 10-year window.
10 years? How about 100 years?
I'll give you 10 on either side of his death day.
Okay, I'm gonna go with
Vincent van Gogh.
I'm gonna say 1610.
Yeah, I was gonna go 1650.
Now, Vincent Van Gogh committed suicide.
He also cut his own ear off, right?
Cut his
Mailed
own
it
ear
to
off.
abroad. That was this version.
I saw a lot of Vincent Van Gogh stuff in
That was
Amsterdam.
the Stand By Me of his time.
Right.
I don't hold the boombox. You just cut your ear
I
off.
think there's a Van Gogh museum is in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Because he was stoked on Amsterdam or he was from there or something. Anyway, we killed some time there. So he died at the age of 37. Had he lived like a normal, I guess, 60, 80-year life, Vincent Van Gogh would have been able to watch Babe Ruth.
What?
Hit 60 home runs. He died in 1890.
Damn.
Are you serious? I was going to guess 1900.
Oh,
But I felt-
after the
Oh,
fact.
yeah. No, I was
here.
I did it because
Did everyone
I
in
felt
here
like I
know
was so
this?
far off. Whenever y'all
Of
said
course
yours, I was like,
Austin
zip,
did.
I'm not saying a word because I believed y'all would be closer. But I was actually close.
And that was today
Here you go, Dan.
in history.
You want to know how many times I've heard a lady say, I was actually close? Thank you, folks.
Most.
Yes, if they're lying, they say they were close.
You're doing so good, little buddy.
Is Jay gone? I was going to get some
he's
close.
right there.
This stuff is right there.
He's right there.
Is he?
Yeah, he's chilling by
I
the
don't see
pizza
him.
ovens back there.
He's whipping the pizza
Oh,
out.
Jay Jerrier is
Yes.
he actually gets in the trenches.
That's right.
Like he's like, did you see the pictures of Jim Harbaugh?
In
Pulling the
cleats.
sled.
Yeah, pulling a sled.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out there. He's like 60 years old, but he's doing the drills.
Great.
Do you because you used to monitor his press conferences at Michigan, and they're getting a load of his press conferences now at Chargers training camp, and
Should I get back on that?
you might want to. He's a little weird guy. Well, if we can get Jay over here, we can
I think he's got more important things
do
to
some
do.
closing remarks. But yeah, maybe he's over there like smashing the pizza oven. So he gave us a gift here. Jay, of course, is the owner of Zoli's and Cane Rosso. And today, us. He's kind of our owner.
Yeah. Sure. We work for
We're
him.
going to do what he says. Oh, here he is. Jay Jerrier, every
Hey.
How's it going, man?
Good. I have nothing. I'm no good.
Well, you brought us something, or
Oh
you
yeah, I
gave
did.
us something.
I did. You.
I thought we'd open it on the air.
Yeah, I pulled off one end for you.
Okay, yeah, and I'm still not able to do so. Here, you want to pull this out, Julie? You want to know how many girls I've asked?
Oh my gosh.
Dude, this is
Tip it upside down.
He is on fire.
I want Dan to hold up the sign with the 100 the day after the show.
As a kick-ass?
Yeah.
Are you
There
saying
we go.
today's program was not good?
I'm saying
Ooh,
you were
I think
the
I know what
MVP.
this could be.
What do we got here?
I know this should be a Dan favorite.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
saw this at Cane Rosso
in Lake Highlands.
In Lake Highlands. You
Yep.
had a grand opening. You had like a friends and family event.
I did.
To preview it, and I guess that's like to make sure.
Yeah, just to test
got
out
your
the
shit
servers,
together.
test out the ovens, all that kind of good stuff.
Easily
Yeah.
the most stressful episode of The Bear.
Yes, the bear
friends
is
and family?
the bear is almost entirely accurate for the restaurant industry, except there's a lot more drugs and
In real life.
and in real
Yeah.
life and staff sleeping with each other.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And the most unrealistic thing about the bear is that people show up to work.
Dude, a lot of hookups when I worked at the restaurant.
Yeah, and I mean, my buddies who worked
That's where I met the 33-year-old lady when I was 19.
There's definitely some
Yeah.
nose
Well done.
supplements.
Thank
Not
you,
for
Julie.
me.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
at the Cane Rosso, so I went to the event, I saw Jay there, and I'm like, where'd you get that picture? He had this picture on the wall. I'm like, man, I would love to have something like that. Like, dropping a hint. Like, I mean, I'm not saying... I'm not saying you're a
heard
guy-
you loud and clear.
Yeah. And so I said, man, that would look great in our studio. And you know why I'd love it? For Jake.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Because this is this combines a couple of things that I love and then that Jake loves. And we can put them all together. And so I'm going to open it over this way, and I'm just going to turn it around and show you. Are you ready? I'm going to show it to the camera, Jake.
Okay.
Look at that.
Wow.
What we're looking at here is a Where do I go? This way?
Yeah.
Y'all are fighting each other, you and the camera. There we
What
go.
would you call this? This is an ape.
A snow monkey.
A snow monkey
Mom.
hugging a baby snow monkey, but the baby snow monkey's face is Nicolas Cage. This doesn't make any sense.
It's amazing. It makes
This
all
whole
the sense
thing,
in the world.
Yes, it both doesn't make any sense, and it's also the greatest piece of art.
We just find things that interest us and throw them on the walls. Jerry Seinfeld with the nunchucks.
Yeah, I got
see that.
Run DMC stormtroopers.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is my 100. I'm holding this up. This is even
Perfect.
better.
I love it.
What a great gift.
That is a great gift.
Yeah. So anyway, Jay, thanks for having us out here, man.
Oh, I like to had you out at Connie Rosso for the first time, and now Zoli's too. So this is awesome.
What's the other
Best
place?
pizza in town.
Thunderbird.
Thunderbird.
It's a little counter
When are you going to get off your rear end and have us out there? Jesus.
Yeah, it's on the list.
Okay.
But that's just a little counter service place for Detroit style pizza.
It's
Oh, okay.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have gluten-free
They do.
there that is still just as thick as the rest of them.
Thick boy. Yeah.
Now,
Not
Jay,
floppy gluten-free pizza.
Jay invented the press box hot.
Yeah, that was for you too.
What
that
was it? Hot-
we had a press box hot chicken sandwich on the menu for a while when we first opened.
Right.
Love it.
Were
Now
people
you're
like,
embracing
were people
it.
like, what is this?
Oh, it only mattered that a few people did get it. It made
I
my
love
day.
that.
Yeah.
Yep,
Most of the jokes at our restaurant are only for me and a handful of my friends. So
that's awesome.
Likewise.
Most of the jokes on y'all's show.
Yeah. Well, good times, man.
Thanks
Yeah.
again. You any closing remarks?
I guess one closing remark is that many people don't know, but we actually have we started a charity with our business called Connie Rosso Rescue, and we actually do dog rescue in and around Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and we actually have our own rescue facility in Carrollton where we bring in old beat down, broken down, mostly hunting dogs that have been dumped or just won't hunt or are old, and we get them rehabbed and healthy and adopted out to families. So you can find us on Instagram at Connie Rosso Rescue, or on Facebook, same thing, or ConnieRossoRescue.org. I mean, I have 7 dogs of my own, and that's kind of how it all started.
Wow.
Yeah, and Zoli's is actually named after one of my first dogs, and Connie Rosso means red dog because it's also named after our first dog that had red fur. So,
Dang.
dog-based business.
That's awesome.
That's a messy yard.
Yeah, so if anybody, it is. The poop guy was there this morning. So if
Gotta have poop
anybody's
guy.
If you
looking
have
for
a
a dog,
poop guy, that means you have a lot of dogs.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's more than I can handle.
What's a poop guy charge?
I don't even know.
Okay.
No, it's just
Like the lawn
That's
guy,
awesome.
it's like
yeah,
whatever.
it's all baked in.
Yeah. All right.
That's good.
Well, thanks.
Thank you guys.
Jay
Appreciate
Jerrier,
it.
everybody.
Yeah, good times.
Adios, mofo.
No!